I don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
What's happening now? Are we live?
See, we're live, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the morning show. Top of the morning to you. If you're transitioning from the Terry and Ted podcast to the morning show, let me tell you, it's a drastic difference. This show, way more inappropriate. And the reason being, I'm joined by number one, Phil, neo-Nazi Balabanos.
That was a bit much.
And the communist icon, George Chandrizos. They're sitting together. We're trying to get them to find peace amongst their, as far as I'm concerned, the goddamn same ideology. So we'll get to that in a second. But don't forget, patreon.com/Pantelis is where you go to sign up, become part of the nation. Also, Phil Balabanos is very busy these days because he's making commercials for businesses. Businesses that were out of business for a while. Businesses that just couldn't get the word out. And then you know what happened? Phil went there and said, let me make a commercial for you. Let me legitimize your goddamn operation. And you know what's happening? Massive profits is what's happening. They're very, very happy, those companies. They're making massive profits based off the propaganda films and or commercials that Phil is making for them. George Chandrizos.
Thank you for specifying and/or.
George Chandrizos, thank you so much. Very, very successful businessman in his own right, but also one of our favorite podcasters. He hosts the Backstage podcast, where hard-hitting questions to people that you always want to ask those questions, such as politicians, actors, painters, dancers, minotaurs.
Dinosaurs.
You know, that sort of yeah, dinosaurs. And the host of Just Us Dads.
Daddy.
The show by dads for dads, but then again, a lot of moms watch it too, and they criticize the dads. You know how ladies can be. Just Us Dads weekly operation. The show comes out on every podcasting platform. Links are in the description. If you are not subscribed, you're doing yourself a disservice. Subscribe right away. The man on the console, the Poseidon69 on Twitter and on Instagram.
Yo.
He's also available on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Poseidon69.
It's amazing to me that he leaves the house like that.
He's amazing. Yeah, with his
look at
Kim
him
Jong
right now.
sweater.
Forget the sweater. Look at that hair.
What's wrong with that?
Bro, you're like...
You heard of out of bed hair? You have I'm still in the bed hair.
I woke up like this.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know if it's in the bed hair or I haven't showered in a month hair.
Go over chair.
It's so matty.
I feel like that's how he goes to bed, just so he can save time in the morning. So he just
He wears
rolls
the
out.
sweater all night.
Yeah, so he just rolls out of bed just like that. Thanks.
No.
Thank you, Garcon.
I don't roll out of bed like this.
He's like, all right, gotta get to work.
Are you telling me that it takes... Sorry. Why'd you hit me?
He pulls the covers.
Are you telling me that you take time to make yourself look this way?
The hoodie?
No, I don't think he
Oh,
cares.
you mean the hoodie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, bro, it takes me 2 seconds to get dressed.
At least he's...
Pants, socks, hoodie.
Notice he didn't mention any like daily hygiene ritual, like brushing his teeth, washing his face.
I'm talking about to get dressed.
He only mentioned the
Obviously, I wash
important
my
stuff.
face and
Yeah,
brush my teeth.
pants, dick stuff, leave.
Socks.
Socks.
Don't forget socks.
You can't forget
George,
socks.
what kind of news we got today?
What's going on, man? I'm gonna start with some great news.
Oh, that's good.
And because we weren't, we didn't have a show on Friday,
not.
we're gonna have to talk about that today. Big news for your boy Mike Ward.
Yes.
And
He has
obviously-
bought a boat. Is that the news we're talking about?
Did he buy a boat?
No, he didn't buy a boat.
Yeah, amazing. He just names the boat Le Petit Jérémy.
But it's gigantic.
unsinkable.
Yeah, it's gigantic. He's like, it's ironic. Yeah, it's very good news.
Big news.
That'd be amazing. Actually.
But here's the thing, though. We had spoken about it, I think, on Wednesday, right? Because the decision was dropping on Friday, and I told you guys it's incredible to think that the Supreme Court is going to give in to a cause like this.
They almost did.
And exactly, it was really a tight result, right? 5 over 4 judges at the Supreme Court. But at the end of the day, the decision is what matters. And it's a huge victory, man. I think it's a huge victory for
All of us.
for
For
freedom
the
of
free
speech.
world.
I saw a Chinese guy cry over it. For real.
Really?
Yeah, he's not even a comedy guy. He was
Fucking
just
George.
he got super emotional. He's like, "You don't understand freedom of speech." I was like, "Yo, stop being a puss. Like, calm the fuck
That's why I
down."
left China.
He didn't say that, but you could tell that it was something related to that. He's like, "You don't understand how important this is." And I was like, "You like making fun of kids too, huh? I feel you, dog."
But above all else, though, I mean, it just the relief that it's.
They like making fun of kids just like any other culture.
What
They
the-
just like making fun of one at a time.
What the deal with kids? Their hands so small, they don't build things fast enough.
Oh, is that where you're going with that?
That's where I thought that's where you were going with
No.
it. Oh.
I made fun of the one child policy, but it's all right.
Oh, they still have that?
Why'd you say it in an accent? They still have that?
I was just shocked. Do they still have that though?
Huh?
Do they still have a
I
one-child
have no
policy?
I have no idea.
I have no
I
idea.
think they got rid of
No,
that.
they got rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea. But anyways, no.
They got rid of it like it was a second child.
Oh.
No, but more than anything, I mean, it's a relief because this thing has been lasting for what, 7 years now?
Yeah, yeah, it's almost a
8
decade.
years.
When did
Yeah.
the joke happen? 06?
No, the
No,
Hold on,
2010,
what if they have?
2015.
What if back in the days they used to have twins?
Poseidon, you're still there? Like, what? God damn.
It was an interesting thing. It was.
That was a very slow retardation.
You know all those Quebecois kids who look Chinese? There's your answer.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Ship them out to Quebec. Yeah, no. So I was happy. I'm assuming that everyone else in the chat and everyone else that follows the channel was happy as well. It's a good day, and I saw Mike Ward's statement that he made on his channel as well.
I did. Yeah, I watched that.
So
En français.
Well, yeah, one in English on
one in
Twitter
English.
Film and one, yeah.
Yeah,
I
one
like
in
that
English,
the
one in
tone
French.
was drastically different from English to French. I
It
appreciate
was
funny to
two
watch.
completely different messages.
No. It was the same. It was more or less the same message,
yeah.
but very, very different.
yeah.
Yeah.
The English one was way better. If you ask
Because
me.
the English one happened, like, it was recorded after. And, you know, it's a happy time.
The French one was it was a humble. I came out and I'm I'm
Well, because the
relieved.
French is the one that everyone's asking most questions.
Yeah.
So he needed to address all kinds of little details so they
Right.
understand.
Exactly.
But in English, people just wanted the crib notes. All right, you want, let's do this. You know, that's.
Yeah, French was I'm humbled and relieved. English was yes.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. I'm happy.
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, it's a big thing. I got emotional.
You canceled shit. You're like, I'm not coming in. It's Mike's day.
Yeah, well, of course, because I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was inappropriate because I knew people were going to come in the chat. I found it inappropriate that I'd be, because he's not doing any media for it. I'm not going to answer any questions from media for
it
it.
makes
So I
sense,
found
yeah.
it inappropriate that the first person from our universe that you see talking about it would be me because it was at 10, the show.
Yeah, that's true.
So I found it very inappropriate. So I said, we'll just cancel, go downtown.
It
and
wasn't your
get
place.
recorded.
You're right.
It wasn't
You're
my
right.
place.
It's Mike's place.
Yeah. So I did
He's fucking earned it.
Well, but because of that, I've earned the right to attack
Make fun of one kid.
all kinds of
How
kids.
much
Yeah.
better do you think like he's breathing? Like imagine like I'm like
Oh, a lot, dude.
like just-
I myself, it was like a rejuvenation. When I found out, I was in the shower, bro. I was singing, and I was like, I was like, bro, it's a new day. Like I felt like
what were you singing?
reborn. Greek songs doesn't matter. But
I want to know. I want to know.
that's
Which
my
one?
business. You want to
Come
know?
on.
but there's such depressing songs.
Yeah.
All the
But I
Greek
was happy.
songs.
No, I was
all
happy.
the Greek songs like cut your veins kind of thing. But
No,
this guy's
I
happy.
don't like that. But yeah, I was fucking excited. And him too. He was happy too because it's it's a relief. And but I didn't think I was gonna get emotional. But I actually I was like, fuck, this is crazy. Because just if you think of the grand, first of all, what it means, it's not just about a joke. There's layers to this, but also just the fact that one guy said fuck it and went against the government.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But you know what's amazing?
Government, though, the Human Rights Tribunal isn't really the
No, the
government.
Human Rights Tribunal, first of all, that was already insane because you're basically, the Human Rights Tribunal is bringing you in front of the Human Rights Tribunal, so you know you're going to lose. So that's why he went to the Court of Appeals. And then now the
Seems
Supreme
suspicious,
Court
right?
is the government. It's the highest court in all the land.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, yes, okay.
But
David
no,
versus Goliath.
what was I going to say? No, but what he brought up and what came out from this story is that not only is this a precedent here in Canada, but the thing is that the time when this happened,
These things weren't happening.
Exactly. Or if they were happening, they weren't getting that much attention. Now, I mean, the whole Chappelle thing that we spoke about last week and all these things and all these other comedians, we are talking about them now. So,
At least.
but this happened way before that. So that the fact that he was, at least publicly,
I wonder what it, like, based on what you're saying, I wonder what it means for everything. Because Mike is one of the first dominoes that was tipped over. Like the whole Cordigate, not Mike. Mike's humor and his comedy hasn't changed much. Like Mike hasn't adapted what he's doing. It grows, it evolves, but it's still Mike, right? He was one of the first dominoes that they tried to topple. But basically, Mike's domino did this. It stopped, and he's like, yeah, hold on.
He got back
and
up
then
and
a bunch
smacked
of
it the
other
other way.
dominoes fell, and people were canceled, and things happened. And now that first one just went, nah, man, we're
Yeah.
good. So what does that mean for everything else that happened?
Well, but it
I
all
wonder,
depends.
like, culturally.
Again, it all depends on public opinion because there's some people who, like the prime minister, who believe that some art, some jokes, there's limits that you can't do everything. Like the prime minister is a weird example because he's the one who said some jokes shouldn't be made. I think it was in France when that guy got his head cut off, the teacher, about a year ago.
oh, you're talking about Justin Trudeau?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are the Trudeau prime minister? What are we talking about?
Yeah, no.
He literally said, Prime Minister Trudeau.
So
You're
when he
talking about
said
Justin Trudeau.
when he said that, he took a weird side. Also, consider this is a guy that on multiple occasions wore blackface, said a lot of racist shit too, and he's like, I was doing it for fun. That's okay.
No, it's
but
not.
you draw his line isn't even like this, Trudeau. His line is literally like this. Like it passes the limit when he does
It's
it,
not
but
a
if
line.
someone else does it, the limit is way close. There's a lot of
No,
weirdness.
Trudeau's line is here, but Trudeau's off the graph.
But that's where you also see the divide between him and Premier Legault, where Premier Legault is like, forget about it. It's freedom of speech. That's it.
Yeah,
he came out and said it. And last week, I think I mentioned it, where his education minister in partnership, not partnership, but together with the I think it was the education minister of France, came out against cancel culture. They actually came out and said, listen, this needs to end.
Oh, yeah. I
So
remember
they're
reading about
taking a whole different stance on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pendulum's. It feels like it's starting to swing.
I don't know. It's more of people are just resisting. The pendulum's not starting to swing. It's just more people are resisting.
No, the question that I have now, and just to go back to what you were saying about the dominoes, Phil. See, this case now with Chappelle and all these things, I wonder if they're going to refer to what's happening here in Canada.
It's in the States, though, right? So, like, legally speaking, they can't really use
there's
it
no,
as-
exactly.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with it. But the fact that, look, our neighbor in the north, look what happened. I don't think there's any jurisprudence there. Like you said, like there's two different countries.
But just as a talking point, you mean?
No, but I mean, even as a reference point, it's like, listen, guys, wake the fuck up. Look what's happening up there. Why the hell are we doing this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wonder,
Like it has to
you
be
would know
considered
this.
like a wake up call, even to other countries as well.
You would know this better than anyone because you've spoken with Mike like directly about it.
But what?
How well was this case known outside of the French world?
So here's the
Not
problem.
the Quebecois.
The
I mean, I know in
case-
France they're aware of it.
Here's the
but
problem. No. Even in the States, the case was known. The problem was, unless the information came from like a Mike interview or something like that, when it was in the media, it was portrayed wrong. So there are people out there. There might be millions of people out there who have heard of this and completely Dude, even CTV News. CTV News. I remember reading an article a year ago and I was like, what the fuck is this? They were bringing it up during the Court of Appeals thing.
Yeah.
And the guy was
remember this.
bilingual. Even though he understood the joke, the context, when you read it, he was basically trying to hint that Mike physically tried to kill the kid and he was upset the kid was alive. That's not at all. That's not, the joke doesn't say I'm upset. So they're taking jokes and they're putting it out of context. I've told people, the example is, if you want to get someone who really doesn't like comedy, doesn't like, let's say, Chris Rock.
Oh, yeah, what you
Take
told me
Chris
the other
Rock's bit of black guys versus the N-words. Take that and just transcribe it and give it to someone to read. It will sound completely...
After you said it to me the other day, I did it, and I was like, "Wow!" Like I just read the captions. I put it on mute and I read the captions.
It's
while I was
just
watching the clip.
crazy.
Yeah.
It would sound insane because that's not the way that's supposed to be consumed, that joke.
Even the articles that announced Mike's victory when they recapped what happened, and I mean, I've heard the joke.
Oh yeah.
I've heard the joke live,
Yeah.
not live, but on video from Mike, from his mouth. And then I read the joke because they transcribe it and they take some liberties with the
Yeah,
transcription.
they take liberties.
things out.
Yeah.
Even I was like, Mike's an asshole. For a split second, I was like, wait, no, that's not what the joke was.
No, but what you're saying, like the headlines, it wasn't Mike Ward wins Supreme Court case or whatever.
Yeah.
It was, it's okay to mock whatever.
I've learned.
Which, hey, by the way, I agree with that headline.
Yeah, I agree.
It
with
is okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they just figured that out. It's always
Yeah.
been okay. But that's why I don't like the media. They're very disingenuous. They lie. And this is the liberties they take. They assume, and they're right, I guess. They assume that the majority of the people that watch them are too dumb to actually look into
that's
one layer.
absolutely true.
And the truth is, the way people react, I see in the comments, they're correct.
They're 100%
They're
correct.
100% correct.
Their
People will
business
not look at
model
the
is-
next layer.
Their business model is excellent. It's bulletproof because it's tried and tested.
I'm willing.
No, it's what will attract eyeballs. That's what it is now.
I would love to put it to a test if we can get people to answer polls and stuff. I would love to see the percentage of people if we would just fuck with them in the summer, beautiful day, sunny. But the local news will say, "Yeah, today it's raining all day," and
Stay
then
inside.
and then people just looking at the sun and being like, "It's fucking crazy weather, huh, with all the rain and shit." Just to see how many of these imbeciles will just refuse to look out and use common sense.
It's amazing how a simple joke like that, which has no real setup, it's just a quick joke that he made, right?
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
an example, a funny example. On a philosophical level, it's way more complex that he's letting on.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the people have written books about what he just talked about.
Yeah.
Like, because people will believe whatever is easiest and what they're told and what they're given.
Yeah.
And if all you see, it's like the cave, right? If all you see is the TV in front of you or the screen
Allegory,
in front of
yeah.
you,
That's all you
that's
know.
all you know.
Yeah.
There is no world outside beyond that. It's pretty crazy. And what happens when we all step into the metaverse and that's all we see?
Oh, are you going to talk to us about Zuckerberg and his new Feta
Did you watch?
Meta
Did
stuff?
you watch the fucking
No,
video
I
explaining the metaverse, like what Facebook's building?
I don't like watching robots talk. It's weird to me.
I didn't see any of it. I just
I
saw the
watched it last
headlines,
night.
and I honestly, it's not something that's of interest to me. So I just completely
He must have
ignored
said,
everything.
"We're rebranding. Facebook is now Meta." You're like, ugh.
He actually made a joke in his presentation, a failed joke.
Wait, hold on. The presentation was actually him, or was he? Like
No.
It was him.
Look, it's like a 25 or 30-minute video. It's long,
Yeah.
explaining what the metaverse is going to be, what Facebook's role as a company.
Oh, so
Meta.
tell us.
So
You're
what is
an
it? Yeah, what
inside
is it?
guy.
Oh yeah, so I watched it last night. Basically, the metaverse is, think of Ready Player One, where you
Oh,
can
God.
exist in another plane of existence, like a virtual world, and they're creating virtual economies. What's wrong?
Oh, fuck. Okay, it's happening.
I know it's
Go
happening.
look back at old episodes of Pantelis Live, Pantelis
We're entering
Podcast.
the singularity.
I've talked about this for years because of when I used to work in VR and shit and all that. I used to always have to be up to date and read
Yeah,
about the
of course.
bleeding edge and all that shit. And I was telling people, I don't like where it's. I love the applications of AR and VR. We could use it
AR
for medical stuff.
especially,
AR especially is good for you if, let's say, your phone is up to date with everything that you're allergic to. You have a certain condition. All you have to do is scan anything you buy, and it tells you right away if you can eat it, if you can't, whatever. You don't have to do the thinking. There's huge applications for AR that can building stuff. It's amazing. However, the whole VR AR, what they're trying, as if there's, it's just what it's moving towards.
Right
is
now,
very
it seems like it's
Japanese.
Facebook.
It's moving towards, and this is what it looks like. And I said Ready Player One nailed it on the head. Because cities are getting more dense, they're getting tighter, more
Yeah.
and more populated. Now we're going to start doing the Tokyo thing, building upwards, right? But your living quarters are also going to get smaller. How do you get people to accept living
You need
quarters?
escapism.
And everyone is switching to digital, cryptocurrency, video games. Everything is digital. All my shit is digital. So what they're going to move to is you have very sophisticated VR headsets. When you go home, you live in a shithole. But once you plug in,
What was that movie with Bruce Willis?
your real house, I know what you're talking about. Where they're,
This is literally this. They're all
yeah.
fat and old.
But that's
and
what it
gross.
is. I've been saying this for fucking
It's the
years.
Matrix. It's the Matrix.
I've been saying this for fucking years. You're basically gonna become a gluttonous fuck. You only live in the avatar realm.
Yeah.
basically.
So is that what it is?
It's exactly what it
Yeah.
is.
That's
And
what
in
the-
that
it's 10
fake world,
it's 10
and in that
years
fake
away.
world, you have businesses.
you
and
can buy your
actually,
car. You have
So
a business.
The whole video presentation.
but it's fake. Like you
What
buy a
fake?
car that is
Virtual.
fake that you use in that fake world.
Yes.
But that fake world is where everything happens. Like
But
I'll
the
give you an
thing is,
example.
they were
For
really
example,
pushing. Go ahead.
is YouTube right now because it's digital? Is it a fake world? Is Facebook a fake world? It's digital, right? It's not analog. Let's say it's not physical, but it's real in the sense that we communicate via it. We consume stuff via it. We like it. We share it. We make money off it. We spend money on it. So how real is real? How fake is fake?
I mean, there's a lot of philosophical questions that come up in the metaverse.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I felt from the video that they pushed hard was the metaverse economy, which we're going to create courses for like Spark AR and all these, so people can create, so they can make money in the metaverse. That's what they were pushing. What I heard was,
I'm
we're going to
scared,
make
guys,
you
I'm
buy
scared.
fake
It is weird,
clothes that you can wear in the metaverse.
Well, for sure. It's just skins.
Yeah.
We're just basically
Just like a video game, but you can take it anywhere in this
Yeah.
universe. Yeah.
Yeah, think of think of
Digital desktop.
the money
that.
that was spent on Diablo 2's auction house, right? Real life money. Imagine that times 1,000,000, because now you buy everything in this universe and it's interchangeable. It's like GTA Online is just GTA Online, but now you do that everywhere. So whatever you want to wear, it's gonna be, there's money to it. There's gonna be millions of people that adopt that shit
It's
quick.
definitely an interesting technology. But
I don't
it's
like that
also,
stuff.
what's
I love the
point?
real world.
Oh, that scares the shit out of me, bro.
For
you know what I
education
think?
purposes, there's definitely interesting applications.
It's
but
the slippery slope. It's a slippery slope because for education, the problem is kids. You know how we said, they're gonna grow up with iPads, they're gonna grow up with this, and every generation, you're getting further from the human one that was right before it.
And this whole video was talking about how this is going to be more human than screens.
Yeah, right. Have you tried?
Just that statement
It's
is
not
psychotic.
human. Yeah, it's
That's what an android named Zuckerberg would say.
Have you?
He made a
tri-
robot joke
Yeah.
at one point because one of the avatars was the robot. He goes, "I thought I was supposed to be the robot," and I was like,
You are, motherfucker.
But I have to say, the technology they used to make the fucking commercial, mind-blowingly
Oh,
cool.
dude, it's amazing.
No. Forget the VR. Fuck VR. Fuck the metaverse. I mean the video production stuff, the Unreal Engine backgrounds as he was transitioning. I was like blown away by it. I was like, this is fucking nuts. I'm fucking here with a little green screen trying to fucking key shit out. This guy's got a whole world showing up behind him that he can see.
Well, of course.
It's
crazy.
obscene, eh? What's happening?
Who cuts his hair? Like
Himself.
what? It's just like.
His hair doesn't grow. It's an android, bro.
Oh right.
We're not at that level yet.
I want to watch Raised by Wolves. Have you seen it? Oh, it's
it
Ridley
about?
Scott's HBO Max series. It's about an android who's raising like the first naturally born human children in like a generation on like it's really interesting. But you said android, so
What's it called?
Raised by Wolves.
Raised by wolves.
Yeah, no, guys, this scares the shit out of me. Just the fact that there's like very little.
Look, it's 10 years away. He says it.
It's 10 years away to be fully adopted, but
Yeah.
it's already happening.
We're getting there though.
It's already happening.
I will say this though, it kind of made me want a quest.
Try and explain that to like my dad or your dad.
My dad
Explain that. No, you guys are thinking about the wrong way. You're trying to the
Or
late
show him.
adopters. Yeah, that's what you guys. That doesn't
not
matter.
thinking about that.
That's not. You know what I'm thinking about? That's scary. Think about the kids.
We're gonna grow up in it.
It won't understand. They're gonna be like, "What do you? It's archaic, being outside and all that." Think about the kids that are growing up now during this time that they think the masks is how it's just always been
Yeah.
because they don't know the world before,
That
and
is
it
good.
makes sense.
No, guys, this is a big problem. Like honestly, I'm looking at this and it's like
It's great. Well, it's a big problem to you. It's a big problem if you like freedom. But if you're a government, if you like everything being documented, people, because everything you do in that world, that's gonna be your world. That's how you're gonna bang. You're gonna jack off. All that. All that's being documented.
Yeah, of course.
The government knows where you are, who you fuck, where you spend money. All they're gonna know everything, because you're always on that stupid shit. And you're just in there. You're like, this is so freeing. I have wings in this game. Like idiots, bro. We're fucking meat puppets.
We're idiots.
We're idiots.
It's
We
the
ruined
first step.
everything.
It's the first step towards the
And
Matrix,
sooner or
for
later,
sure.
they're going to come after us. Sooner or later, podcast, this kind of shit, there's no way they're going to let us keep doing this stuff.
so
Look, there's a lot of cool stuff in it.
eventually what's like is there a part in this where you're getting into this metaverse and you're actually going to work and you're in
Yeah.
a fake world, but in reality you're contributing to whatever
One of
real
the thing-
company
one of the
you're
things
has
gonna
he
be
said-
an online
You're going to be
One of
profile.
the things he
contributing to like
brought up-
blockchain stuff, cryptocurrency.
No,
You're
not
gonna
even
contribute
not
to a lot
even
of
that
stuff.
complex. One of the most terrifying things that he says, which makes me extremely like weary of when they're launching this, is now that people are, because they're saying go back to work, you don't need to work from home anymore, and people are like, no, I like working from home. He's like, well, you can stay working from home, but you can have these digital conference rooms where
Yeah.
you're actually there and your facial expressions are there.
Yeah.
I'm like, so we're all just home all the time. Like that's fucked up. That's super fucked up.
Yeah. And you're always being monitored.
No, I was talking about something different. Like the way that you're living in this world. Like I don't know what the hell you're
working
doing.
for a real company. You're just working from inside that world.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But in reality, like that company has converted to like some digital form, and it's in the game. And what you're
It's
working,
not a game. I
whatever
said
it
it's a
is,
game.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
world.
Like that, yeah. So whatever you're doing in that world is actually has real effects
Yes.
in the real world.
For some, yeah, like for
And if you
example,
buy stuff in that world, like you buy art, right? Let's say you buy some NFT
NFTs.
art, and you want it displayed in your real house. I mean, when people come over, if they have their glasses,
they can see
your
it on your
art
walls.
on the wall.
But without their glasses, it's a fucking shithole.
So it's just disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is scary shit, guys. I can't.
It's
I
not.
can't.
What is scary?
not scary
It's
as a
scary
technology.
if it's scary if you like freedom,
man. Yeah, no, no.
liberty.
Yeah.
But most people gave up on their freedoms a long time ago.
Look, I like the idea that it's snowing at home, fucking December in Montreal, and it's gross. and I want to feel like I'm sitting on a fucking beach in Greece for a half hour, that I can do that.
But that's an isolated application. That would be fine. It's,
but-
it's escapism.
but
This
you
is no
made-
longer.
but
But it's wrong. But it's fucking. It's retarded that you even
It's
think that
not
that's what I'm
fake.
gonna do. Like
it's not fake. It isn't fake. What's real and what's fake? If I can see it and it gives me the impression that I'm there and I feel like I'm there and it gives me the endorphin rush of seeing the water and I feel good, it's real. It's fucking real.
Emotional.
man.
Like
Is-
video
is
games.
love
Dude, I
real?
have killed aliens. I have gone to other planets. I have killed an orc. I may have raped a wizard. The point is, I've done many things in my life.
Quite the quest.
Yeah.
You went on.
I don't know, guys.
Like
This
what's
is
real and
crazy.
what's not. That's where we are now.
No, this is wild.
It's pretty wild.
But you know what? There's still gonna be there's still because there's gonna be people that need to maintain the infrastructure outside and shit. So there's still gonna be. I'm sure there's still gonna be people that won't want to connect.
No, there's gonna be people. It's not that they won't want. You're gonna. It's kind of like what they're doing now with the passports and all that. You're gonna have no choice but to connect. But obviously, some people they're gonna be connected to so they could talk to people, so they can work, so they can get paid, because it's all gonna be one thing.
Yeah.
But there's obviously some jobs you have to do physically, like because of infrastructure.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not. You're not gonna be there 24/7, but you're gonna be there 20.
Have you seen Altered Carbon?
No, not yet. But
Never?
I heard I would like it.
Altered yeah, you would.
People
you
are
would.
like avatars and shit.
Not exactly. It's a little.
Okay, don't ruin it for me.
Look, it's a little more hardcore, but you're gonna enjoy it.
But what they do have in Altered Carbon is a hybrid world of what we're discussing, like a metaverse. You have implants in your eye, basically, so you always have AR. So there's nothing on the buildings. Everything's fucking holograms in your eye. And they have the metaverse. You can do whatever
That's
you want. You can
fucked
go
up
to
shit.
you can go to a strip club in real life and bang a bunch of chicks, or you can go into like a fake holographic one in the metaverse, whatever they call it. And I
But
don't
it's
know.
permanently on you. You don't have
It's
even if you leave
implanted
your
in the
house.
back of
Yeah.
your
Oh, it is
skull.
going to be implanted. That guy Schwab there, the economic forum guy, the guy who Trudeau, Legault, everybody's taking their fucking cues from the fourth industrial revolution guy.
Oh, yeah.
He said in an interview in France. You could get on YouTube. We've put it up on 2 Drink Minimum. He said the goal is you're going to get implanted. First, it's going to be on your jacket. What do you say? And then you could buy and sell stuff. It's going to be in your skin, and then eventually it's going to be in your forehead. So it's super easy. We're finally we're going to have the cross between the physical world, the digital
The
world.
singularity.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Like, shouldn't you
Because think
ask
about
us
it,
if we want that?
VR can never fully become what it's capable of unless it's hard, unless you're plugged in.
Yeah.
And I'll use the Matrix example again. So if you have like some kind of implant in your neocortex or wherever that is, I don't know where it is, that when you
The
feel
medulla
some-
oblongata.
maybe not the medulla oblongata, when you feel something, that chip tells your brain that you're feeling something.
And
at that
it
point,
recreates the
that
feel.
is real at that point.
I don't know, guys.
I mean, it's again, we're going deep into philosophical conundrums.
what happens if you die in that world?
you die in the game? You die in real life.
No, I don't know about that.
like in the Matrix.
Like in
I
the
don't think you
Matrix.
can die in that world. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have something in your brain that's transferring signals, if someone kills you, it might just
No, but I'm
kill
saying
you.
no one
no.
can kill you. That's not how they're gonna make it. That it's not a game, right? Like
People are gonna hack it.
Like right now on Facebook, no one can kill. Like it's not gonna work like that. You jump off a building, let's say, you just land. That's how it's gonna be. It's not GTA.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Do you
shit,
think?
man.
Do you think some people are gonna be in it so long that they're
Forget the real world.
they're gonna forget the real world, and then they're gonna try and like walk off a ledge by mistake or whatever? They're like, I'm just gonna land, and then
That's
they die.
just stupid. I hate that you have these competing
I'm
retard
more concerned
ideas.
with people dying of starvation because they stay in too long.
Yeah, like what you're saying is dumb.
Because gamers do that now, where they just go, they don't eat for hours and days sometimes because they go into these like hardcore gaming, whatever, which I don't understand at all.
I get it.
I mean, if I'm hungry, I'm hungry. I stop.
You never had the passion.
Pour le penis.
You never had the passion pour le penis. I think she's gonna win.
She might.
I think she's
Right.
gonna win because
Now she's building skate parks, huh?
this fucking Coder guy was being a misogynist. He was telling her, "Don't laugh." Who the fuck told you to smile during a debate?
That was funny. I saw
and
that.
that's
It
fun.
amused
What,
me.
really?
I think that's gonna work
I was
against
like,
them.
oh shit, mommy and daddy are fighting.
Yeah, I think that's gonna work against them. Yeah. What do you think?
Guys, I think it's very, very close. I spoke to a good buddy of mine, and I told him, dude, what the hell is going on when those polls came out where they were neck and neck? They were like, what, 36, or 35, whatever it was. And I sent him a message. I'm like, dude, tell me you guys have internal polls. Like, what is it showing on your end? He goes, George, everything is so fucked. He's like, yo, this Balarama kid is hurting us more than you think. I'm like, well, fuck. 'Cause
Can we all be honest for a second? Do you know what hurt Coder when he refused to come on my show? Let's be honest. That's what hurt Coder.
Denis, you say you're competent, but
Yeah, you're very
clearly-
incompetent. You literally had the
incompetents.
palm of the youths of Montreal right there. Right there. You had them in your, and then you decided, oh no, I'm going to tell a woman not to smile. Very weird strategy.
that's cute. That
Very
you think
weird
we're
strategy.
the youth still. I like that.
Yeah.
We're old guys now,
But guys, look,
especially him.
what would you say?
We're old guys now. We're not the youths.
Yeah. No, but you know what the thing is, and I feel where Coder went because I've been in a situation where there's a serious issue at hand and you're listening to the mayor of Montreal speaking and she's fucking laughing and giggling and you just want to, like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? It's a serious situation. Like,
I don't like the way you guys are talking about women.
No, it's not about talking about women. It's about talking.
You're saying you can't talk serious to a lady? She just giggles, doesn't get it?
I didn't
but
say
no,
a
I
word.
said
We
that-
know
said-
this. You're just not supposed to say
I
it
said
publicly.
it's a serious issue, like a serious concern, and instead of like addressing it properly like a normal person,
She's acting like a woman. I get what you're saying.
What's wrong
It's
with you,
just
dude?
offensive.
Day 7 of the period cycle, eh? That's when they're happy and giggling.
It
Wait till
is,
day 14.
but it wasn't. I don't know if it was his place to react like that. She could have said it differently.
I see what he was trying to do to make her seem like she's not serious, but it blew up in his face.
What he should have said
because
is,
everybody knows that already. That's how she is. It's
Yeah,
like you're not telling us anything new.
you know what he should
Had
have
he
said?
done that? Had he done that in the first campaign, people would be like, "Yeah, fuck, he's right. Why the fuck
no,
is she
you know what
smiling
he
all the
should have
time?"
said? Just trap her. He should have been like, for the. Just curious, what part of that, the
funny.
murders, is the funny part?
I just
Yeah.
waited.
Yeah, just
he
let me.
scorned
I'm
her.
just
He
curious.
scorned her
Yeah,
instead.
I'm just curious. Which part of that is it? The minorities dying? Which part is making you laugh? I'm just curious. And they just stop. Then she's fucked. But instead of being like, "Stop laughing, bitch!" Like it looks, it looks dumb.
But to go back to what you're saying, yeah, she came out and she announced that she wants to beautify Montreal under the Metropolitan. There's a bunch of work being done already. So she goes, we'll take advantage of the work being done now, and under the Metropolitan, we're going to create like skate parks and
I like
love
that.
little-
Between two of the busiest service roads in the world, let's put kids on skateboards. Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes, let's do it.
So we're talking about like Cremezy, Papineau,
Like they did on Rosemont over there near Saint Laurent. That whole skate park under where the bridge goes over from Van Horn.
Oh, there's a skate park under.
Yeah, a massive one. It's actually a very nice park,
Yeah,
but,
it's
that one's not
the-
fully
yeah,
under
yeah,
the bridge.
It's like a dead end there in the back. You're talking about
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
nothing happens there. No, but you're right. Imagine now. What is it? Cremezy and what is it? Papineau. Cremezy and Papineau.
I don't know. I
That's
can't
ugly.
picture it. It's ugly over there.
Yeah, but so yeah, under the 40 there. First of all, it's chaotic.
Yeah, how are you gonna build something there?
What are you gonna do?
Cremesy and Papineau. I don't
Wait,
even
that's
care
where
what
she wants to
happens.
build something.
I thought she meant in like the town of Mont Royal,
No,
like
the
the safer part of the city.
Look, yeah, you know where the Collège André Grasset is in Hansik. It's Papineau and Papineau and Cremezy.
George, right now you're talking borderlands to me. The city ends at Papineau.
But
it literally
Papineau,
ends. There's
Cremezy,
nothing.
that's a crazy busy spot. There's
That's near Cremezy
lanes
Metro,
everywhere. No,
Sorry.
It's further east than Cremesy Metro. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
it's crazy that spot. There's lanes everywhere, up, down, left, right. It's fucking nuts.
Why don't they just do like in Toronto, where you
They
could
do in
just drive on the highway on top and then under?
Yeah, because it wasn't designed like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd have to take out all the support, and I don't know if you know this, but if a thing is here and there's stuff holding it up, and you take those out,
Yeah, it falls
down.
I
Turn it all
love,
down.
I love how Poseidon thinks it's worse than a child. It's a child with mental problems. But why don't we just feed everyone? Why not the moon we moved to?
But look, guys,
Moon
look.
fake, I hear.
mean, we're seeing this now, and maybe when it's done, if it's done, we'll be like, you know what? It's not that bad. We don't know. We just see it very dangerously
let me
because
just
we
make
see, like last week when we spoke about her wanting to cover
Her
the
face.
carry
Oh, yeah.
between Jean Talon and jockeys.
Yeah,
in front of- in
yeah.
front
No,
of-
not Jean Talon jockey.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
what she
yeah,
said.
that's what she
Queen
said.
Mary.
Eh? No,
That's
that's
Coder.
Coder.
No, yeah.
That's Coder. So she wants like in front of Namur Metro there.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that Valérie Plante always, when she comes up with a really great idea, it's always like, all right, listen to this. We're going to do this. It's exactly what Coder said.
But
Smaller,
eight
cheaper,
blocks
but
down.
Smaller, and we're charging the town of Mount Royal for it because it's not in the island. It's on the island, but it's not in the
No,
city of
by law,
Montreal.
she's like, I got an idea. I got an idea. It's brilliant. No one's thought about it. What is it? You know his idea?
the same?
8 blocks down.
Smaller.
So that's his
smaller,
idea.
cost less, we're saving money.
To be honest,
He's
though,
wasting, we're saving.
Yeah.
They're both ideas. Her idea is better than his because that part is less. I mean, that part has a metro that you can connect to a new facility that's being built, and it would
Her
serve
idea
a
is
purpose.
worse. Her idea is worse because it will cripple the city.
No, because there the service road is already one lane. It wouldn't change to anything.
What are you talking about?
In
You talking
order
about
to
Namur?
build- Yeah, in order to
No,
build
I'm
over
thinking
there.
about La Savane. I'm thinking
Yeah, yeah.
further north.
No. In order to build
Oh, no,
Namur,
her idea is shit.
you block going to like the Walmart. You block the entrance going
Yes,
to
you're
to
absolutely
build
right.
over there. You just handicap the whole city.
But it's also main arteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So this under the metropolitan. I mean, look, we've spoken about this either on the show or even privately, where we're thinking.
Don't bring up our private conversations
Yeah,
here,
no,
George.
we're thinking, it's so ugly, man. We should do something. Like something should happen. Can it turn into like parking spaces or like
I thought we were
something?
talking about the mayor.
No. Again, at first it's like, what the hell? You're gonna bring kids with their skateboards cross the metropolitan, go under a bridge. I don't know. I see like danger zone. You know what I mean? Like it's flashing red. But maybe when it's built, it'll look different. It'll be secure. I don't know. Maybe there'll be fucking security barriers where the kids can't like fly out from the ramp or
Like
a
a little
skateboard.
prison.
Yo, kids
eh?
are gonna find a way to fly out.
Like a skateboard going flying onto the service road or something. I don't know.
The Papineau location is suspicious.
Why are we obsessed
A
with
caged
skate
area
parks?
for children in that neighborhood, suspicious.
Yeah, caged area. But also, why are we obsessed with skateboards? We have winter fucking 18 months
Can you
out of the
ski
year.
in those little things, like with those little snow blades?
They make them everywhere, dude. Well, in Brossard, where we're going, they built this huge,
off
like
Dasher,
aquatic
right?
center or like
Yeah,
pool
yeah,
or
I've
whatever.
seen that.
And in front, there's like this huge like skate park.
I want Hawaii to see this and get mad at us and be like, yeah, we're going to build a ski lodge.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff the city does, like in terms of outdoor recreation, really is short-sighted in the sense that we only have a couple months that aren't winter.
Build something that is year long.
What if they're preparing for global warming? They're like, no, soon, tropical. It's going to be tropical here. Maybe that's their
We
plan.
don't have a guarantee that that's how it's going to work, by the
No,
way.
it's mostly going to flood the area near Gouin. All those assholes with their fucking
Not
big
even
houses.
worse. But I don't know anymore because they keep moving the goalpost every year. So I don't know how much of it is accurate.
I mean, I was looking at flood maps because I'm still looking for a house. So I'm like, this is a nice house. Is it in the flood zone? So I check. I was like, Then I look at the projections for the next 3 years. Though I'm like, too close. Like I can't buy this house. I can't
Well,
risk it.
technically, we're all in the flood zone if we're on the island.
No. There are parts of the island that are
No,
especially
for global warming. For
Oh,
global warming, this
yeah,
won't
yeah.
exist.
No,
Miami.
I mean in
too.
the next 10 years. The mountain still will. Mount Royal won't go under, I don't
The
think.
mountain will, but you're not going to live on top of the mountain.
I mean, what if I'm very successful and I move to Westmount?
I'll move up north, dude. Honestly, grab my family and just get the fuck out.
You already live down south, you. So. No, but like for the next 10 years, like
But
the flood-
Brossard's gonna flood, guaranteed, man.
Brossard is low lying. You're
Yeah.
done.
We're done.
That's why we sent you guys all down there.
Yeah.
Let nature take care of them.
Why don't they just make parking spots under the?
For the water.
under the 40.
under the 40.
That's actually
There are parking
There are
spots
parking
there.
spots. In
Go,
some
try
spots,
going
yeah.
during rush hour. It's all a parking spot.
Some spots are some areas they've already done it.
but it's privately
okay.
owned. They're
Oh,
parking
are they?
lots. Yeah, like right in
but
TMR where I
that's
used to
the
live.
issue. They should make
You mean
it
like a public?
just public. Everyone can park. It's gonna alleviate parking from residential areas.
But think about where the 40 is and how residential it truly is around
Like
there.
imagine,
It's not.
imagine the volume of people crossing because they've parked
get in and out,
under
yeah.
the overpass and they
That's
need to.
absurd, Poseidon.
No, it's not the worst idea he's ever had.
With the light,
and that's saying a lot.
There's lights and shit.
Okay, now he's getting. Yeah.
No, like there's lights to cross, bro. You
You drive around the 40 often. You must. You
I
live
do,
right
yes.
near it.
I do, yes.
So what are you talking about? Where would you put that?
Sorry.
Where would you put that?
The entrance
parking?
and the exit. That means you'd have exits all along the service road to add to the traffic. People trying to cut through the lots.
No. You do it at intersections.
Oh, the busier areas.
No. So you
Yeah.
put lights at the intersections.
Which they have.
Okay. And then as you're the part
Save
that's
him.
hold on.
No, I want to hear this.
The part that's right under the bridge, you put a entrance and an exit, and you can go throughout the whole parking lot.
But how you can go throughout the whole
First of
parking
all, you
lot if
can't,
people are
'cause
parked
there's
there?
There's people parked and there's supports down the center, so you can't just have it continue.
Is there in the center?
Yeah, there is. I've taken cool pictures under there. A lot of them have
Yeah.
these like random. Every like third row, they have a central one.
I'm just spitballing ideas.
Also, I
here.
wouldn't want to be under the 40. Have you seen the underside of the 40? That thing's gonna fall down.
You think?
Man, where I used to live, because it was right on the 40, right? They were constantly fixing the under part, and there was like pieces falling off, and there's rebar hanging out. And right at Lucerne, there's like part of the 40 that used to go to the to swing around to the Carry, like southbound, on the north side of the 40, right? So where like Loblaws used to be.
Yeah.
But it just ends now. Like if you look at it from the bottom, you're like, this looks like GTA, like where you just drive off of shit. It's fucking terrifying. The whole city's infrastructure is
Anyway,
crumbling.
Speaking of the municipal
Yeah, you
election,
speak about it in the bathroom.
there's controversy now
Uh-oh.
around Coder. Now, for everyone that follows elections, whether it's in Canada or in the U.S. or whether it's municipal, provincial, or whatever it is, there always comes a point where a journalist or a newspaper or some media
Is accused of sexual assault.
No, they ask the candidates to, in light of transparency to show their finances, right? Their taxes and
Their personal finances. Why is that, by the way? That seems weird. That seems like private data. I don't like that we're such a voyeur culture.
So there you go. So that's the whole controversy now, because it's not mandatory. Everybody thinks that, oh no, you got to show your taxes if you want to run. You don't. It's not. You're not obliged to do it. Everyone though has done it out of goodwill and because they want to demonstrate that, look, I'm transparent. I have nothing to hide. Here you go. Take a look at my.
But I don't like that. This is what bothers me. I have nothing to hide, therefore I'll show it. Yeah, I have something to hide. Privacy.
Yeah. So here's the thing now. I'm on the fence on that too, by the way. So there's an article in La Presse that came out, and this whole week or actually last week, they've been talking to this whole issue around the municipal election where Coder has refused, and he basically just came out and said, "Listen, when I get elected, if I get elected, I'll give you guys everything." Okay. The question now is, what is there to hide now versus when you win? Number one, like,
but it's not the hide. It's just principle.
No.
Because you're telling me to show you my private documents doesn't mean I have to agree. If I want to do it, I'll do it on my own terms.
So the other thing is that when he ran in 2013, he had no problem. In fact, and they're quoting his line, is like, "You will always get transparency from me. I have nothing to hide. Take it." So in 2013, he made his finances public. Of course, he was transitioning from federal. As a federal politician to municipal. So, I mean, there's nothing really there, right? You're a public figure. You have a salary coming from the government, and that's pretty much it. The question now that everyone is wondering is, okay, he refused. Why the hell did he refuse? Let's not forget that between 2017, when he lost, until now, he's been a private citizen. He's worked as a consultant for many companies.
Good for him.
He has clients, and he has, the different, employers that he's worked for. And there's a lot of suspicion now that a lot of these people are part of Montreal lobby groups. Like, for example, the baseball.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah. So, like, for example, that baseball association that wants to, they're lobbying to build the stadium. He was at some point involved with them. So they're thinking now, is that why you don't want to show them? Because, I mean, they have a direct access now to the mayor, should he get elected, to the mayor of Montreal, and you've worked with them. So is there going to be some sort of favoritism to their requests and to their demands? In any case, it's this whole debate now that has spurred again about whether or not these candidates should open their books, and is it anyone's business? Some people argue that yes. I mean, if whatever you were before, if you're running and you're becoming a public figure, it becomes of public interest, and therefore it's to our benefit to know exactly who you are, where you came from, what you've done, and if it's going to have any negative impact on our public finances or our public institutions. And other people, they're like, you know what, fuck. Like you said, it's voyeurism. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Once he gets elected, then we'll be able to judge him, because that's day one of his being public. A public
But
figure.
also, even when he becomes public, those finances, like last year's are private. I don't care. It's none of my fucking business. I don't want to see what his wife looks like naked. It's none of my fucking business.
I can understand the point, however, that, listen, you were either employed or you had as clients, companies or agencies or whatever that have huge dealings with government or the city of Montreal. Is there going to be some sort of conflict of interest?
Yeah, that's for us to determine later. But it's a slippery slope, which you just demand to see this stuff just because on the basis of no, you should. No, why does my privacy change?
I think I agree with you. Your private life prior to entering into the public
Yeah, bro,
sphere
fuck
is still your
that.
private life, and especially your finances.
Yeah, it's none of their business. The truth is, it's
And
none
he's
of their
not.
business.
And by the way, he's not the only politician that has refused to give his finance. I remember Jean Charest back in, I can't remember when it was. He didn't show his finances either. I think it was in 2012.
I don't care. It's none of my business.
Everyone has something to hide, including.
But it's not something to hide.
No. I know. I'm just trying to say that everyone has something they don't want seen, not hide. But like your private finances are your fucking private finances. Like at the end of the day,
All
it
of
doesn't
it.
affect your ability to do something unless there's suspicion of some kind of crime. and then
Yeah, that's a
legally they're
different.
asked.
Yeah, that's
different.
but that's different. But there's no suspicion of anything. It's just I want to know what you do, what you have. Fuck you, bro.
Fuck that. That doesn't make any
Live
sense.
your own life, weirdo.
Anyway, speaking of the Nicodere, last week we spoke about the polls that came out and how Balarama Holness he's bringing in about 12 to 4.
Did your jaw just crack?
No.
No, I think it was my
you.
my
Okay,
arm.
because
Yeah.
I saw him do that, and I heard the noise. I'm like, oh my god, he's falling apart in front of my eyes.
It was the mic that moved here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Balarama Holness is pulling in around 12 to 14%, and when they're looking at how those stats translate to the English population, he is taking away that vote from Denico there, to the point where
Maybe it's
had he
time for a
not been in the picture, Denico there would be flying way past Valerie Plante in this election.
But he's trying to appeal to the English population. He's still going by Denis. He should be Dennis Coder. Dennis Coder in the West Island.
So here's the big strategy
deep.
now, because they're looking at what Balarama Holness is doing, and the main points that Balarama Holness has come out to say, which are very controversial, is one that he wants to hold a referendum in Montreal on the French language.
So we can separate?
Not separate, on whether or not Montreal should
bilingual.
be a bilingual city rather than just French.
But isn't that a cultural thing that it just happens? You don't vote on it.
I mean, it's in our charter that we're a French city. So,
Yeah, so he
I mean,
wants
there's
to. So
precedent there.
in any case, whatever, and
Yeah,
he
it's
wants to
stupid.
have like a city-state status. So
That's
anyways,
hilarious. That I think is
so Denis Coderre's analysts now are thinking, you know what, he's pulling people away from us because of these statements that he's favoring the Anglo community. So we need to come out and do something about that. So he came out.
Beat up a French guy.
No, he came out.
Save your vote.
He
Kill
came
a
out.
Frenchie.
He came out on Monday, and on Quebec's Bill 96, which is the proposed, the new propositions on the language legislation. He came out and said, "Listen, if I'm elected, I'll take Bill 96 and I'll make propositions to the government of Quebec in order to protect further the English-speaking community." So he's dipping into that now as well. He wants certain services to remain bilingual, like when you're calling 311, the municipal services, he wants that to become bilingual. And he said, you know what, in fact, we should even add more languges.
I thought that was bilingual.
Yeah, but with the new proposition, it's gonna turn francophone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it goes, in addition to that, I think we should even add Italian and Creole to these services. So,
Why not Greek?
Why Italian?
Yeah, why not Greek?
because when you're looking at where he's losing support, like in the East End, where he wants the Haitian vote and the Italian vote and all that stuff.
So Haitian speak French.
So he doesn't want to add languages
Yeah,
to
they
better the
do.
culture. He just wants to add languages so he could get.
Look,
the vote.
I'm.
Yeah, what do
I'm-
you think politics is?
I'm just making the political association because of the experience that I have. I don't know, but again, there's no justification on why Italian and Creole. Like how,
Yeah.
just like that, it popped up from the sky. Like you said, why not Greek? You know, why
didn't
not
say
fucking?
that.
I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever.
it is weird that
I didn't say that.
It was Poseidon.
I said that.
Oh, you said it. Whatever.
Yeah, why not?
Even in
Because it
this
just doesn't make sense. Because population-wise,
We do have a very big.
Look,
Greek
the idea that
population.
311 will become a unilingual service is kind of fucking.
I think all the 1-1s should be bilingual.
If you're a tourist and you're visiting Montreal and you need to know something about the city for some reason,
Call 911.
no, you don't. You don't
No.
fucking call 911.
Well, if you need to know something for the city.
No, it's 311. You call 311.
Yeah.
It's the city service number.
Yeah.
I call 912.
Who answers when you call 912?
It's a private line. We don't tell to the peasants.
Oh, okay.
As if you really need help.
It's just for the famous people who need help. I got you.
I dial
A-listers.
912.
But what was I saying? Yeah, like the idea that that's a unilingual service is pretty fucked up.
It
You
isn't.
still have a part of that it's going to
Yeah,
become.
yeah, it's
You
gonna
still
turn.
have a part of your population, your tax-paying population, that is not a new arrival that has been here for.
Yeah, look, that bill isn't perfect, man. And I
mean,
I
that's
told
a
you
big
guys when
statement,
it
George.
first was tabled, I told you that's going to become one of the biggest issues during the campaign, and I think it's all calculated, and that's going to be what do you call it? A ballot question next year for Quebec. That whole French
Also,
thing.
can we just address the fact that 311 is bilingual, but not really? Like you say.
What the fuck? I never call. I don't even know if
I've called
311
for the
exists.
city.
What is
yeah,
it?
it's like if you need to.
you call,
access
you're like,
city
yeah,
services.
hi, there's a sewer broken. Yeah, I need to come and fix it. Or
So you call, it
whatever.
says bienvenue à la ville de Montréal, whatever.
Oh,
you say,
shit,
pour le
man.
service
shut
en
it
anglais.
I've really been abusing
Appuyez sur le
911.
9. So I press 9. I go to the English service. There's a broken English recording, and then Jacinthe answers like, "Allô, toi?" I'm like, "Hi, is this English?" "Oui, this is English."
Fuck, I didn't know, bro.
But she don't speak English. No city employees
I
speak
don't
English.
use the service.
And they're
possible.
actually
I didn't even know they get.
and they're-
Sometimes when I need info though, I'll call 411, and I'll be like, "It's on mes clés."
Really? That's
Yeah.
an old time.
No, and they're actually pretty efficient because you're calling straight to the public service rather than going through
No,
your
it's a good
elected
service.
official.
I had no idea.
And it's relatively.
Oh, I'm gonna
new as a
abuse
service,
that
like
number
20
now.
years, 15
Hey,
years.
hey,
Yeah,
Justin, ça va?
I mean, I just use the website now.
J'appelle juste pour voir.
never-
Ça va?
I've used 311 mostly for tickets, parking tickets. Like, hey, where can I come pay all this money I owe you?
Oh shit, I gotta
Online.
pay tickets. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! You
No, they
reminded me.
updated the online thing. You
Hey,
can't
what
pay more than one
happens?
ticket.
Speaking of things, what happens when you get pulled over and the cop says we'll send it to you by mail? Does it come by mail or do
Wait,
you
wait,
pay
wait,
with?
wait.
Well, they give you.
They
a
didn't give
physical
you a
one.
physical copy?
No, I got stopped. I got pulled over for speeding close to my house. So the cop pulls me over. He's like,
Were you
"It's
speeding?
on Matt?"
Were you speeding?
Yeah, of course.
No,
Wow,
no,
that's-
you were not speeding.
Fuck, you're
George.
bad at this, bro.
Yeah.
Never get back.
No,
in
no, but
politics.
whatever. Doesn't matter.
Now
So-
that's it. Judge, you're welcome.
So no, but I was going like 75 on the 50. The guy pulls me over. He's like, "Listen, I clocked you." I'm like, "I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I'm in a rush. Whatever."
Such a fucking cuck. George.
He goes, so he leaves. He takes my paper, comes back with no ticket. I'm like, "Oh, shit, nice." Like I was, listen, I have a problem with my printer.
And then she said,
And
"That
I-
sounds like a you problem, not a me problem."
So I'm joking. I'm like, okay, so there's no ticket. He goes, "No, you're gonna get it by mail." I'm like, okay.
So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna contest it once. When they give you a date.
No,
when
but
they
I haven't
give-
got anything. It's been a month now.
When you get
It takes a while.
You will contest it.
I'm
And
asking-
you
It
will
takes like
say
a
on
year.
the
Does it
paper-
come by mail or do you? It just gets
No, it comes
registered
by
and when
mail.
you go renew your license.
No,
you
it's
No,
pay
no,
it.
no. It
gonna
comes
come
by
by
mail,
mail.
and they're gonna
But
ask you to
it's
pay it
not
or
on your
contest
license
it.
yet because you haven't paid it. Contest it once. Let them give you a date. It's gonna be 2 years from now.
Yeah.
When you don't write anything on the fucking ticket, say nothing.
Yeah.
Just contest it. When you go, you say, "Hey, I wasn't given a ticket." They have to give you a ticket. If you had a problem, you've broken the whole chain of how.
Well,
it
you
works.
got a ticket by mail. I'm sure they can trace that.
So, bro, he pulled me over. He gave me a warning.
And then I get a ticket in the
Bro,
mail.
have you learned nothing? You just lie.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't care-
I would
they don't care
recommend
about
not
the
listening
truth.
to
I
him.
trust.
I will recommend not listening to him. The best way you get away with shit in court is you tell the truth because the cop normally lies, so they get caught. If you just
That
tell
has
the
not
truth,
been my experience
that's
at
been
all.
my experience.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was just a small parenthesis. Let's move on to
George was
Quebec.
speeding.
Yeah, I was speeding. It happens, guys, and it's
You
been.
had to take a shit. You had to go home. Traffic in Brossard.
So yeah, so
Is this because I'm black? That's what you should have used. And then the guy's like, "You're not black." What the fuck did you just impose on me?
I'm a fucking.
You're assuming to know. Oh, sir, I'm gonna give you a ticket.
I'm transracial.
Yeah. That's what you fucking. He's like tabarnak. Dave Chappelle.
That was a great arm little shake. I like that.
what's it called? So yeah, let's move over to Quebec. Huge crisis at the Liberal Party of Quebec with Dominique Anglade.
Crisis.
Another white lady.
I'm curious.
She's actually a black lady, but yeah. So here's the crisis. Last week, was it last week or the week before? It doesn't matter. The government now, for those who are following, is negotiating with family doctors and omnipraticiens, whatever. Yeah, it's family doctors, and so on Twitter, former health minister Gaëtan Barrette, who is now he's a liberal, he sits in opposition right now.
Barrett.
Have
a good story about
so
him,
there's there's one guy representing the family doctors that are negotiating who comes out publicly, says something, and then Barrette goes to Twitter and he's like, "Oh, this guy, I've dealt with him before. He's this and he's that, and he can't be trusted." And he basically just attacks the family doctors and he attacks this whole process of negotiation. And then a couple hours later, another liberal who is the actual spokesperson of the opposition with respect to the health issues, her name is Marie Montpetit. She comes out and she bashes her own colleague
Nice. Classic.
on Twitter, saying, "Listen, I don't know what how the negotiations are going, but at the same time, I don't think it's right for you to be bashing our doctors who have been working hard and blah blah blah, all these things, right?"
She's not wrong, but
I don't think she was, but look,
little
this is an internal thing because she's like, "Oh, what are you doing? You overstepped into my responsibilities." So all hell breaks loose now in the caucus, right?
I bet it does.
So news starts coming out that
fucking Poseidon.
the people are divided and it's chaos and this and that. So this happens now on Friday, right? Friday, Saturday. So on Saturday morning, we find out that Dominique Anglade put her foot down and she's like, "You know what? I'm not gonna have all this shit, man. I'm not gonna have any of it. Nobody's fighting in this caucus. We figure things out internally. So she removed these people from their responsibilities. So she kind of demoted them. So Marie Montpetit loses the health file. Gaëtan Barrette loses he's the critic for the Conseil du Trésor, which is basically
I
in
thought he
charge.
was a food critic.
Yeah, he should be. So she removes all these responsibilities, so they're just basically left with nothing in opposition. So everybody's like, oh yeah, she put her foot down. Oh yeah, shit, she's mad. So then what happens on Monday? On Monday morning, she's on Paul Arcand on 98.5. So he's questioning her on this.
Good voice, that guy.
And there's an article that comes out in La Presse early on Monday morning saying that there's accusations or allegations of psychological abuse affecting Marie Montpetit. So there's 4 of her staffers now and before, when she was in government as a minister of culture, that just couldn't handle her. She was a complete fucking bitch. She was yelling. She was like really abusive.
Suspicious.
And they
Jesus Christ.
and they filed a complaint. So there was some sort of investigation, whatever. So this is Monday morning. By Monday at noon, she's out of the caucus. So they kick her out of the caucus.
No more caucus for you.
She's done. And so now the whole story is like, okay, how long have you known? When did you know? Did you know this last week when this whole issue started and this whole crisis began, and you revoked the responsibilities? So she's not really clear on this. She's trying to kind of patiner, like we say in French.
To quote Pantelis, suspicious.
It's big. So what this does now, I mean, all these articles now that are coming out, they're just shedding light on the fact that this isn't new. There's been a crisis in the Liberal Party for months now. Dominique Anglade is unable to handle these stressful situations. Is this a sign of her leadership being in question? Is the Liberal Party going to dump her and bring someone else now to run the party for the next elections? Personally, I think it's going to be a huge stupidity, because 1 year to the elections, you can't bring somebody new.
Challenge accepted.
Boom, boom,
Yes,
boom.
we can.
Anyways,
The Pantelis Liberal Caucus.
we're gonna see how this is going to unfold, because I don't think this is gonna be the end of it. I think it's gonna continue kind of mounting. Maybe there's other things that are gonna come out at the end of November. There's the big members congress, which I'm going to in Quebec City.
Why are you going to it?
Because I'm a member of the party.
Why are you gay?
He says I am gay.
So I'm just curious now to see in these congresses. The interesting thing is what's happening behind the scenes, like
Backstage.
the backstage stuff. You know what I mean?
How'd that work out for you?
Les coulisses, what they say in the
coulisses,
like
yeah.
the people that are talking, and the discussions that are
What a
happening
dessert,
outside the main hall. So we'll see how this unfolds. Obviously, the news is going to be everywhere. They're probably going to want to know how the members feel about Dominique Anglade, about the party, about the crisis, about the fact that we're polling very, historically low for the Liberal Party. In any case, this is huge. And I'm reading an article, and it was very interesting because Gaëtan Barrette, he's kind of been like a
Why
thorn.
do you keep saying it like that?
Yeah,
'Cause that's
Gaëtan.
Gaëtan.
You mean Gaëtan?
Isn't it Gaetan?
Is it Gaëtan? I've always said Gaëtan. Whatever.
thought it was-
Gaëtan, and it's also a woman's name.
No, that's Gaetan.
Gaëtan. He's Gaëtan.
I thought it was Gaston.
That's a different person.
Different name altogether.
Anyway, he's been a thorn on Dominique Anglade's side for years. Don't forget, these guys were together at the CAC, right? Because Dominique Anglade.
Look, man, I'm going to say something about our naming convention
Not
here, from
good.
caucus to CAC to
Gaëtan.
Yeah, we got to rebrand.
Yeah. Maybe we should rebrand to English.
It's all about cocks.
So he's been kind of this annoying figure. The fact of the matter, and I was listening to Mario Dumont yesterday on TV, and he was saying, listen,
Is he still fucking talking to people?
he's the greatest. I love Mario Dumont.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the smartest fucking politicians in Quebec. So anyway, and he's coming.
There's an oxymoron.
So he's coming out and he's analyzing the situation. He's like, listen, I understand Gaëtan Barrette is annoying, and he always comments, and sometimes it's uncomfortable for the party to do it. But the fact is that if there's one person that you have in your party that every time that he gets up to ask you a question to the government, they're fucking shaking on the other side, it's him. He's the one.
Mario Dumont?
No, Gaëtan Barrette.
Because they're never sure if he's going to die when he stands
No,
up.
it's not that. So you're getting rid of a heavy voice, someone that actually scares the government and your opposite, well, your opponents. and you're getting rid of that one voice. Now, I get that he's annoying. The other question that comes up is that this isn't new. They've been trying to get this guy for months now. They're using this as a pretext to say, well, this is the opportunity. Let's get fucking rid of him. I have a feeling that he's not going to end his mandate with the Liberals. I have a feeling that he's just going to step down, go sit as an independent, run out his whole mandate, and not run again in 2022. The problem, though, and this is the interesting thing about La Presse, you have Paul Journet that wrote an article, I think, yesterday, and he says that if you think of it at the source, this whole thing started because of that Twitter war, because Marie Montpetit got offended that he was actually talking about something that should be her file. In reality, the guy came out talking about a negotiation that is happening between the family doctors and the government. He is the opposition's spokesperson for the Conseil du Trésor, which is the department that usually gets involved with negotiations. So he's not wrong to comment. She was wrong to fucking overstep and say, listen, man, this is my file. So
it's a classic case of bitches be tripping.
Yeah. Anyway, so all this to say that there's a huge crisis in the Liberal caucus up in Quebec. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how this is going to evolve. I don't see Marie Montpetit coming back. I don't know what is going on. I think they knew about this for a long time. They took advantage of a report that was submitted about accusations or allegations, whatever they are now, to finally,
That were untrue?
We don't know yet.
We don't know.
It's under investigation. But yeah, and the other thing that is striking a lot of analysts is like, fuck, man, how could she act? How could Dominique Anglade do that to Marie Montpetit? She was one of the first ones that came out to endorse her. Sorry. She ran her leadership campaign. Marie Montpetit was in charge of Dominique Anglade's
I think you already answered that
leadership campaign
a second ago.
So,
tripping.
Yeah. So anyway, so there's a lot of things that are surrounding that whole ecosystem. We'll see how this plays out. But yeah, huge crisis in the Liberal Party.
What's next on the news?
On the Hill. Huge exodus. Actually, you know what? Before we get to the exodus in Montreal, let's talk about the COP26. It's the environment summit that is happening in England.
I think Coke 26.
COP.
Oh.
COP.
Oh yeah.
And I tweeted about this because
not
COP. La COP. COP.
Wait, COP? That's COP, yeah.
Yeah.
But French people use it coupe.
Oh, it's done in France?
Yeah, le coupe.
No, it's in
it's
whatever.
just, he's using the French appellation.
The cope would be COOP. The co-op.
That would be cope.
No, that would be
No.
that would be coupe.
COP would be COPE.
Yeah.
COP. Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck, you can't spell either. God damn it, dude.
Read, spell, pronounce.
Bro, cope would
understand.
be QWS. P.
That's
But the P is silent.
No, that's quis. That's quis.
Okay. Anyway, so
Are you in a hurry, George?
no, man.
Yeah, you
So-
do seem like you're in a bit of a
seem
hurry.
nervous.
So Justin Trudeau comes out and he takes the mic and he makes a statement.
Was he dressed like an Indian today? Or
Did he come out with all the swagger?
He
of
was
an
dressed
African man?
he was dressed as a big cloud. We gotta take care of our environment. So he said two things.
Huh?
One which was completely fucking awkward, and the other one that a lot of analysts are saying, that actually makes a lot of sense.
That was the first.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I'm listening.
So the first one was, he said that, listen, guys, Paris promised, England needs to deliver on the environment.
what does
thing.
that mean?
And I'm thinking, hold on a
If
second.
Paris promised it, why does England need to deliver?
Yeah, because a lot of people haven't respected
This doesn't make any sense. Bro.
yeah, because nobody has respected the Paris.
I
Accord.
signed this loan. It's about time you pay for it.
So that's one of the first things he says.
Maybe it's just a geography issue. He's confused.
No. Basically, he's saying, listen, guys, we gotta take this seriously. We promised certain things in Paris. This summit, we need to fucking deliver.
That's different.
Okay.
Okay.
And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's only one country in G7, in the entire G7. There's only one country that since 2015 hasn't reduced one bit their
us?
gas
Is it
emissions,
us? Is it
and
us?
it's Canada.
Yay!
So you have Justin Trudeau coming out and saying, this summit needs to fucking deliver on the promises we made in Paris. Okay.
You're the only one that hasn't delivered. But also, he has delivered. He has reduced his blackface emissions, though. They're an all-time low for him.
And
I wonder at what point in history, not the history, at what point in history will that no longer be funny? Because it's still funny.
What
you just did, like referring to his blackface. I mean, it's been years, and it's still fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you know why? Because
Like,
he never
when does that
assumed
run
it.
out?
Because he the first time he talked about it, he made it seem like it was one time. I made it, and then like, bro, you've been doing this like every 8 months. He's like, yeah, look, it was a different time last month.
You want to talk about renewable energy sources? Blackface jokes about Justin Trudeau. They're good forever.
Yes.
It's a fucking
I have a small question, by the way. Sorry to cut you off.
small one. Yeah, sure.
If Canada hasn't reduced its emissions, it will make sense because he's starting to tax. He wants to tax emissions, no?
So, well, he already did it. So that's the other thing that he proposed over there. He proposed to. Sorry, were you done?
No, because so then it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for him to cut the country's
Oh, I don't
emissions.
think he doesn't know what he's talking
But
about.
taxing the emissions is a way to cut
cut
the
it. Yeah, he
emissions.
doesn't know
So
what
if
he's
you don't want to pay those taxes, you
Poseidon-
cut your
But
emissions.
you won't be able
no,
to
no.
because you still gotta.
No, don't.
He's not as he's not as confused as you
He
think.
doesn't under. No, I just realized he doesn't get it. He doesn't get what. So the taxing of
The
emissions,
carbon tax,
yeah, that's
It's a penalty.
That's a penalty so that you can reduce. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
But he's operating under the assumption that the government wants that tax money, which is not a
Exactly.
false presumption.
No, they're gonna get it either way. They
No,
can create new taxes. You don't get it.
Yeah, exactly,
If it
because-
goes to carbon, it's never gonna go to net
it's
zero.
an
but let's say it
incentive.
goes
It's
to
an incentive to get the companies to lower their
Yeah.
carbon footprint.
Exactly, that's all it is.
In order to kind of do business, if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't need it to make money because if it goes to zero, they make up another
So
tax.
look, it's an interesting
Make
gateway.
a tax on energy you spend. The tax is always
Yeah,
going to be
that's
there.
true.
It's
That's
not what you
true.
think.
That's
No.
true.
So it's interesting that you
Not
bring that
crazy
up.
though. what he's
It-
saying.
It's not crazy.
well, look,
It's not crazy. It's stupid. It's two different
No.
things.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is the second thing that, because based on what you're saying, Justin Trudeau came out and said, we have a model in Canada where we're taxing carbon and we should apply this internationally. So
No.
all the international players should come on board and we should have an international carbon tax.
Okay, look, now I'm pissed off.
Hold on.
Now, hold on. Now I'm fucking pissed off. This message goes directly to Justice Trudeau. Poseidon,
Justicia.
Yeah.
you on me? Yeah,
I am not.
this goes directly to Justin Trudeau. Listen,
Speak from the
stupid.
heart.
Listen, you fucking dummy. You go up there and you pretend like you're courageous. You have the balls to tell people what to do, even though you can't follow it. You really want to make a difference. Canada could go to net. We could become cavemen tomorrow, and it won't make a difference because all our shit is built somewhere else, China and India, namely, and they're not stopping. So unless that pollution stops, we're not gonna make a fucking difference. So grow a pair, be an adult, and say that. But you won't. You won't. Instead, you're going to tell China, hey, man, you want to come practice your military tactics in the snow here just in case you decide to ever fucking invade us one day? You dummy.
Look, indirectly,
Come get a lay of the land.
Indirectly, he kind of said that because by imposing an international,
Indirectly.
hold on, listen, by imposing an international tax on like a carbon tax, the bigger polluters are going to be much more penalized than the poorer countries. So what happened?
China gives a fuck about paying your tax.
Well, look at this. Look what the EU has been done. So I forget her name, Ursula von whatever the fuck her name is.
Seems trustworthy.
She says, "Listen, we have this. We have a carbon tax that we apply in the EU, not within countries, but at the border. So whenever shipment comes in from abroad, that you're bringing in a highly polluting whatever product,
Yeah.
you're paying the taxes that are imposed in the EU based on this carbon tax that they've imposed in EU, and not wherever you're from. Because right now, I think internationally there's like a 3% or something like that.
Before you finish, I have a question. What do you think is more likely for China to do as a reaction to these things? One, to pay that tax and say, "Oh, we don't like paying this, so we'll be cleaner,
Yeah,
we'll be greener,"
okay.
or to just increase the price of how they're selling us stuff.
Yeah.
And because we're so reliant on them, now we can't afford anything.
Thank you, Philly. Thank you, Philly. Hold on. And the other thing is, you understand that in the
You understand what I'm saying, right?
I
They
understand what
used
you're
to
saying,
need
and-
us.
yeah.
They used to need us to buy this stuff and
don't
build
need
their
us anymore.
economy, bro. Just between India and China, there's over 2 billion people. If they want to tell us, all right, fucking build your own shit, go fuck yourselves, we're dealing internally, they can.
I mean, they take a hit, but not significant.
Look, if theoretically, if I understood this correctly, if all these countries ally together,
Against China?
not against China, but the bigger polluters, and they're like, listen, there's going to be an
Sounds
international
like a Tom Clancy novel.
an international carbon tax. So it'll go against your carbon footprint in your country. So let's say, for example, China brings things to Canada, and because of whatever footprint you have, you're going to have to pay the.
I'm doing my part. I'm reducing my carb intake so that my footprint is much lighter. That's what I'm doing.
So basically, you're telling China, well, based on what your carbon footprint is, you're going to pay the taxes over here, whatever. Yeah, you're right. The prices might go up, whatever, but it'll.
Because why are we even calling it a tax or
Yeah,
a
but
tariff? Why
then-
don't we just call it what it is, a fucking fine?
Yeah,
Because it's not a fine though. They're actually
But
using this
see,
money for
taxes
something.
are fines. Taxes
inversely, it's what you said, that it'll create an incentive for these other countries to produce either locally or push their businesses, because it's going to cost cheaper for them to export it than it is to import anything from China or India, for example,
Yeah,
who
but
are the bigger polluters.
you're looking at it in a
The
vacuum.
example, so hold on. The example that Justin Trudeau gave was in the aluminum industry, where, especially in Quebec, there are huge efforts of producing green aluminum.
I prefer the silver aluminum between you and me.
So yeah, no, it's very environment friendly, and they're investing billions of dollars to doing that. And there's actually a deal that what's it called?
So what? They're gonna stop using all those giant gas-powered
Exactly.
machines?
Yeah, there's already
How
a
are they gonna get
plan.
underground?
There's already a plan in place with the government of Quebec, probably the government of Canada is going to contribute with what's that big company called?
Alcan?
Alcan. Yeah. So here's the thing: that the example that he gave is like, listen, obviously there's aluminum competition, but when you come to Canada and you're bringing aluminum, we're going to tax you because of the carbon footprint. So we're going to make sure that our aluminum has a higher impact internationally, because ours is greener. So a lot of analysts are seeing this and like, you know what, that kind of makes sense,
No, it
and
doesn't.
it's a responsibility towards the bigger polluters to actually take action. Here's the big issue that nobody's looking, and I did some reading because I want to see both sides of the story.
Sure.
You have big. I don't know about China, because China, you can't take anything that you read, fucking, But I was reading stuff about what's happening in India.
Yeah, it's true. You can't trust them. Remember that pandemic that happened?
Yeah. So India right now, they're not fucking dumb. They know that they're among the biggest polluters, but at the same time, they can't kill off their fucking population. So
There you go.
there's already there's already measures in place.
They
People
could
are
try.
people are walking around with masks. People are suffocating. So India, they're not stupid. They have a plan to make these changes happen, because they don't want the population dying. So there are already investments in India that are looking into measures of reducing their pollution and their carbon
pollution,
footprint. So at some
I gotta say, if I have to rely on one country, China or India, to do what's right here, my money's on India.
well, guaranteed, 100%.
China doesn't give a shit,
Yeah.
and also China
Where are you
doesn't
getting that
have.
from?
So the question is it only a matter of time, or is there really this urgency right now?
I mean, I feel like it's slightly urgent. If people are dying because they can't walk around in India in the streets, I mean, how far?
Yeah, but
are
there's
we
also
from that?
monkey street gangs in India, bro. Like,
That's a different.
There are a
problem.
lot of dangers
We're
in
solving
India.
one problem. Yo, fucking jaguars lurk in the cities in the middle of the night.
Yeah, like
Like,
this.
Have you guys seen the video of the guy on the elephant getting attacked by a tiger?
A tiger.
He's already. Hold on. You tell me he's on an elephant,
First of all-
and then he gets attacked by a tiger.
What's a tiger?
you mean a Tangier, like an Arab guy?
No, it's a tiger.
A Tangier.
A tiger.
You know the thing with the stripes, though.
Yeah, a Tangier,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Orange with black stripes.
One of them tigers. Hey, Bob, there's a tiger in the yard.
That was single-handedly the gayest
Holy
thing you've ever
shit.
said and the most ethnic. A tiger. Say
You
strawberry.
you see this tiger, bro?
You know where I got that from? There was a tiger that got one of her tooths rotted, and then she got
One of her
One of her tooths.
The tiger's
One of her
tooth.
teeth.
one of her teeth.
Bro, there's a tiger, bro. Now think about this. Tigers is one of the tootses. They get infected, bro. So then her fucking hand was shaking.
No, it rotted. And what they did was
I just got hot, bro.
they operated and
It's the
and
worst
put a
laughing
gold tooth.
hard with-
Oh, nice.
So she had a gold.
Everything just- you see sparkles.
Phil, are
I'm
you
listening. She had a gold tooth.
She had a gold tooth, and so somebody made the joke of like, "That's not a tiger, that's a tinger."
Okay, so
He just repeated a meme to us.
yeah. The tiger turned into Joe
tiger.
Pesci in Home Alone.
He was Antonio the Tiger.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about that.
Antonio the Tiger.
Funny story. This is more for.
Are we done on that topic? We don't trust China. That's the fucking conclusion.
I don't trust any
Look,
of these politicians.
that's what Trudeau. Apparently, he's trying to rally support because the U.S. has a completely different policy
I
on
had,
how
I
to.
had a follow-up question.
Yeah.
You were talking about our aluminum and how it's greener, and he was suggesting we should just make ours bigger in the market because it's greener. And when we do bring in aluminum, get rid of it. Quebec has a shit ton of aluminum. Why is Canada importing aluminum? We don't need to.
Yeah, that's true.
If we stopped exporting aluminum and also stopped importing aluminum
Yeah.
and just locally sourced all of our aluminum, which is apparently green now.
It's pronounced aluminium, but yeah, go on.
Aluminium. I like how Greeks say aluminum. Like Greeks here, they're aluminium. But doesn't that make more sense? If ours is greener and we're not trying to make money off these fake tariff tax fines,
But
whatever.
that's his idea. That the fact is that if you impose
No, because
this,
he said make our green aluminum more accessible to the markets outside of Canada.
because if they impose this international taxation system on the carbon footprint, countries like China and other big polluters. Let's say we take this example for aluminum.
Fine.
I don't like that big aluminum has infiltrated the podcast.
Not sure I get that one.
Aluminum everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We can't do it without them.
yeah.
We literally need them.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
That's
so
steel.
the idea is like the example that he's giving is that look at our scenario in Quebec, for example, we could be much more present in the international market because the benefit for the other countries is that they're buying something that is green. So because of this international carbon taxation
wonky.
system, whatever,
We're gonna
it's
make
beneficial
money
to
and
everyone.
do good by selling green aluminum. That's what you're saying.
It's just an example. So the other thing I want to talk about, and this I didn't really feel like it, but I thought of Poseidon and how stupid QAnon is. So there's news that
Not
came
mutually
out.
exclusive ideas, but go on.
So there's news that came out yesterday. Apparently, a bunch of QAnon supporters rallied in Texas.
Oh, I heard about this.
How do people fucking even? Anyway, so they got people to meet in Texas, I think where JFK got shot, and they said, "Listen, you got to come here because the fact that JFK's son died is a huge conspiracy. He's alive, he's well, and he's going to be showing up exactly where his dad passed away to announce that he's supporting Donald Trump."
Yeah, no, he's dead.
And we're talking about. I saw the pictures, dude. There's a lot of fucking people.
I believe it.
And I'm thinking, how dumb are these people?
Very.
Like, guys, obviously we all heard about QAnon. I never paid too much attention to
I
what
don't
they
know
were doing or to
full
their
details,
activities.
but some of this stuff is hilarious.
It is very hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes.
So dumb.
They were hoping to witness the return of JFK Jr.
Yep.
And not only that, he was going to announce support for Donald Trump.
Which is such a random idea. Like, it's so all over the place. It's like conflicting theories.
I feel like the whole world has gone into this weird kind of like delusional fucking insanity mode. Like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. It just somebody says something, they're like, yeah. Like, I don't understand.
Again, they won't look outside the window.
I see.
We're back to that.
They won't do it. They won't do it. They'll just accept it and put their head down and be like, okay, this is reality now. People have gone so stupid.
It's not about stupid. It's convenient, and you don't have to worry. If you just do what you're told. And
No, but you're
life is
reading
simple.
something. Like, how dumb do you have? Like, imagine the level of society that we're talking about now to read something and say, what? I'm going to be there. I'm going to go see JFK Jr. come back. It's going to be a historical.
What are we talking about?
We live in historically stupid. There's people that get mad at cartoons and then behead people. We live in the dumbest timeline. That cartoon has hurt my sensibilities, sir. Give me your head.
It really
You
is
know how
the dumbest
stupid we
timeline.
are?
Yeah.
So dumb.
Anyway, moving on to more serious news. There was a report that came out showing that there's this huge exodus in the student population away from Montreal and into the suburbs. It obviously makes sense because we've spoken about it before that there's a lot of people that are leaving Montreal and they're living much more into the suburbs now. So obviously,
Students?
there's much less students in Montreal, and there's way more in the peripheral areas.
What does that mean?
Of Montreal? It means that there's a lot of students not in Montreal, and they're in the suburbs. It's
But
just
why do they have to be here?
because they used to be here. So we're talking about 4,500 less students in Montreal.
Are they still going to school?
Yeah, they're
Schools
going.
in Montreal. They're just
no,
not living on the
They're
island.
not in school in Montreal. They left the school system in Montreal, and they're in some other suburban.
What level of education are we talking about here? University?
No. We're talking about elementary.
I mean, there's less families on the island. That makes
Well,
sense.
that's the thing. So we've spoken about that, but I didn't like when
Yeah.
you look at these figures. It's really impressive. Like almost 4,000 kids less in Montreal, and moving into the suburb. But the problem is this: it's not so much about the numbers because I think anybody could have guessed it since there's less people living in Montreal. And we've spoken about how
Especially
people
young
have
families,
left.
yeah.
The question now is, the schools in the suburbs don't have the capacity to
handle that many kids.
to handle.
Well,
all
that's
these
what you
kids.
mean by For some reason, I thought students you meant like
I
university.
did too.
No,
That's why I had to
no. We're talking about
clarify, yeah.
elementary
students.
Oh,
So this has become a huge challenge right now because a lot of these schools are building whatever you call them, like trailers or those temporary classrooms in their schoolyards.
The
And
school next to my house did that a few years ago.
what they do?
They basically, instead of, they ran out of space, they needed more space. They built this like extension to the school, which initially was temporary. And then they turned it into like a proper.
it looks like
extension.
trailers. It honestly looks like
This
trailers.
one
They
too
put
looks
them
like a
up like in a couple of days. Boom, they're done.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they kind of link everything together. and
Yeah,
they
it's
become-
connected to like a door to the school,
Yeah.
so it feels like you're part of the building.
And it becomes like well, they were supposed to be temporary. A bunch of them in Villeray were doing that.
yeah, for the Nash too. You see a few of them.
Yeah. So they're dealing with this issue right now. So I'm not so sure where the government is standing. Obviously, they can't fucking bring the people back into Montreal. I mean, if they made the conscious decision to leave Montreal because of whatever reason that we've spoken about before, then that's
Nobody could buy a house here.
yeah, exactly.
That'll do. it.
So all these things are kind of linked, right? I mean, we're talking about the housing crisis, and this now plays into it, and then the government has to invest money in building new schools in these suburban
Just like
areas.
this. They
Oh,
just
that
build
thing.
like an extension. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the school near me.
So this is what's happening in the suburbs, guys.
I mean, it's not surprising. There's clearly a housing issue on the island. They're not building new homes. They're only building new like condos and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm still in the market. Like, it's a mess. The stuff that's going for sale, you're like, wow, okay.
And you don't want to leave the city.
I really don't want to. I really don't want to go into the suburbs for actually. So the school my daughter goes to has multiple campuses. The one she's at is the least populous campus. Like,
Oh, really?
It's only 14 kids in each class. It's nice. Not a big school.
It used to be the big one.
It used to be the biggest when we were there. Yeah, the ones in Laval are like fucking flooded with kids.
Obviously.
The one in the West Island is not flooded, but has way more than we do.
Oh, wow.
And the South Shore, well, fuck the South Shore. I'm not going to the South Shore, so it's not even a talking
There's
point.
9 kids there anyway.
I mean, I don't know. Do you know how many kids are at that campus? You lived there. Did you ever consider it, you?
Nope. And this is why I don't send my kids there. That's why. That's why. I'm
Having
sending-
actual way too many clients and the morning show is tough.
Why don't you answer the phone?
Yeah, I'm going to take it. I'll be back. Sorry.
Bye bye, Phil. Bye. Yeah, no, that I didn't even consider it. Like I heard a bunch of things, and now I'm not here to bash the school, the teachers, or anything like that. But yeah, no, it was a no go for me. But I understand what he's saying. I mean, if he. But you see, this is the thing. What do you do if you want to buy a house and you know that it's not expensive, that it's too expensive in Montreal? How can you just sit around and hope that the prices get better? I don't understand people that think, oh, it's just a bubble. It's gonna break and prices are gonna suddenly drop fucking 20%.
Well, the way the economy is right now, it should drop even more. Like we're in a crisis right now. If the government doesn't actually come with a good idea, a lot of people are gonna lose their investment in
It's
it.
difficult for me to believe that it's gonna go. It's gonna go into the negative. Like it's gonna start losing value. Like I can understand maybe
It already is.
I can understand maybe like plateauing, like
Sorry.
saying, look, like the bubble has to stop, and
No.
these are the prices.
You're not getting it. You're just not noticing it yet because it's still early. It already is losing drastically because when our dollar loses value, everything that we have loses value. You get it? That's why it was going up for a while. The crisis that this government started economically, we haven't felt yet. Wait till the CERB fully stops. Wait till people are trying to get back
like 2
to
weeks
work.
away,
Wait.
no?
Yeah, wait. You're gonna see. It's not just housing. Everything. Shit's getting more expensive.
the grocery
the
store
base
is
things
fucking-
that you need are getting more expensive, right? But
Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question. How many times has it happened to you that you were in this situation?
Yeah.
You saw a house or an apartment building, you're like, yeah, fuck, okay, interesting. Fuck, it's pricey. It's $500,000. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little too pricey. And then 5 years down the line, you're like, shit, I should have bought the fucking.
of course, because that's how the
$500,000
housing
thing.
was working in Canada.
So are we gonna end up at a point where we're gonna be like, oh fuck, I should have bought that fucking $1 million house? Because look at now, fuck.
It feels like it.
in the
You know what I
normal in the normal way of things, that's what should be happening. The problem is what they did to the economy. That's the problem now. So you can't. So it's always supply and demand, right? A house, the value of the house is not just determined by the land. It's also determined by how much people are willing to pay for it, how much money they have. When the people that can buy the house, the people selling, the way I'm going to make my money now is by selling the house. If I'm trying to sell you a house for $1,000, but the maximum money that anyone is going to have around is $200.
Yeah.
I could put it on sale forever. No one has that money.
You're not taking something into account, though. Those houses will always. So the supply and demand dictated, especially during COVID, that the increase happened much faster. It was drastic.
You know why?
But-
Because our economy wasn't hit yet. That's why it happened much faster.
Right. And
Now
then-
the problem is that our economy is in shambles. So our dollar's not even worth as much.
The thing is, it doesn't matter what our dollar's worth in this instance because
course it does.
most of the big sales of homes, and like I was looking at statistics, I'm like, how is this still happening? No one has the money. It's
Yeah.
being bought with foreign currency.
Then our dollar's value is super important.
Every third house that sells over $1 million on the island right now
Yeah.
is being sold to either a corporation or a Chinese national.
So there you go. That's what I'm saying.
So even though we can't afford it, they'll never adjust
Okay,
because
but
they're still
listen.
selling.
The shittier that our dollar is, the more that they can buy, the more that
Of
we're going to have a
course.
housing crisis.
Of course, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, but that's the more when they stop. Like maybe the international guy doesn't want to buy your house. He doesn't care. He's like, that's not interesting for me.
Yeah.
So you, in order to sell locally, you can't adjust your prices to fit their needs. You have to adjust the prices to fit the needs of locals, because or else you can never sell it. If an international
that's
buyer,
another issue that's come up. Like me and Anna, sometimes we see houses that we kind of like and we could afford it. We're like, we can live there for a few years and then maybe sell it. But we're like, will we be able to sell it based on like who's going to pay $1 million for this house in a few years?
Yeah.
it's crazy what's happening.
Like that's one of the big arguments we have. Like, I'm always like, let's just buy a house with a garage. Like I give up. I just want to stay on the island. I don't care if we have a garage. She's like, how are we going to sell that at these prices?
Yeah, the resale value.
No, because
resale value is
already the
hit.
prices are too high. She's right.
I mean, unless you buy something and it has space for a garage and you build it yourself and then you resell it. I mean, but that's a whole
That's
hassle.
a whole
It's
other thing, yeah.
You're gonna do all that. You might as well stay there.
yeah,
To
yeah.
the South Shore, dude.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, man. I really
I
dislike
need
the South
company.
Shore. If you needed company, you could have stayed in the hood.
Maybe I'll
Now
come.
hang out with your wife's family and shut
do it.
up.
You'll see.
If I find a nice duplex, I'll come.
In the South Shore?
Yeah.
You're not gonna live in the South Shore.
If I find a nice
I
duplex,
think I don't know you. You're not gonna live in the South Shore. I can see you living
I'll live anywhere nice.
in the West Island.
Look, like
Even though you hate it, I can see you doing it.
I don't see him living in the West Island.
No.
Yeah, I don't like the
He's
West
gonna
Island.
want to punch people in the face.
Yeah, I don't like the West Island.
I can't see you in the shore. Laval, you don't like.
If you have,
I'm
Parts
more
of
likely to go to Laval.
Parts of Laval are nice.
There's
There
parts
are
of Laval that
certain
are nice,
parts that I
and it's
like.
easy for me to get here.
Exactly. There you go. That's how I think too. I'm like, all right, I'm near Pontvio. I can get to the studio.
Yeah, Laval, I wouldn't mind.
Laval, I like Laval de Rapide. Like,
Certain
I actually
areas.
like the
Yeah.
area.
Nice areas.
Chambéry, I can't live in Chambéry.
No, absolutely not.
Fuck that.
Fuck
But
that.
Laval de Rapide is nice, and then you start getting far after. Maybe I'll go to like Boisbriand. Fuck it, I'm out of here.
But I don't know. South Shore, you might be happy.
No,
There's a lot of open space for you to like run around.
What am I, a fucking gazelle? Whee!
Take videos and
Just
shit.
frolic and shit. I do like the fact that you can shoot the skyline of the city from the South Shore. I mean, that is convenient. Yeah. But I don't like everything else about it. Also, the South Shore for me is like, it feels very like the
for your wife, honestly, for your wife, if ever she goes to work back
She is going back next month.
downtown,
South Shore is perfect.
Laval is gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm telling you.
Why? Hop on the orange line. You're at work in 15 minutes.
What orange line? Where are you gonna take it from?
From Laval? Do you have a metro besides Longueuil?
No, there's a train that's gonna be built next year that's gonna go exactly where your wife works within 10 minutes.
That's amazing. But there's already a fucking metro that does that. And 2 trains that do it. She
No, the
li-
metro is not going to take her from Laval to downtown 10 minutes.
Montmorency?
It's not 10 minutes.
Look, Montmorency is 4 stations further than where I used to live
Okay.
in the metro. It's only 15 minutes. I've done it for clients from downtown to Laval. 20 minutes in rush hour if you miss the train. It's really not bad. And you don't have to change lines. You don't have to go outside. You just go inside. You sit down. You read your book. You get out at Bonaventure. You get back in. You go home.
yeah.
Right? Simple. I mean,
I don't care. I don't give a shit where any of you people move.
thank you.
That's your
That's
fucking problem.
right
Okay.
now, where I live now,
Just stay there, man.
I can't stay there forever.
Yeah.
My parents can't live with my grandparents. Like, I need to eventually leave so they can go home again.
Get a condo for your parents
Kick your parents out. He's right.
and keep the duplex.
What? It's not my duplex.
It's okay.
It's okay. Take it over. Seize it. Annex it.
have
You
a
know what's
sibling.
crazy? A 2.5 in Laval has gone up to $840.
Yeah, nothing makes sense, dude. Nothing
Wow. And that's the other thing. If you need to pay rent, you're double fucked.
Jesus
Because it's expensive rent.
Christ.
I was
What
driving
is
through we're Upper Côte d'Ivoire, like where it starts to get nicer.
Upper Côte de Neige.
So like north.
He's the only person I've ever heard use that term. It's true. He uses it all the
really?
time. I've never heard anyone
What's
else
Upper
use
Côte
the
de
term.
Neige? Like on the mountain?
south of Côte Saint Catherine.
It's funny how Upper Côte de Neige is south.
Because it's towards downtown, right? Yeah.
okay.
So like once you start getting on the steep part of the hill, that's why I say Upper Côte d'Ivoire, where you're about to start getting into Westmount, right? That's the nicer part. I live in I live below the line in Côte
He lives
d'Ivoire,
in Lower Côte de Neige, which is north.
which
It's
is actually
30,
called uptown.
It's 30 minutes at its fastest. If you're right at the metro, it's 30 minutes from the metro from Montmorency
Bonaventure?
to Bonaventure.
Is it 30? Show me that.
30 minutes. Right there.
That's long, 30 minutes.
That's what I'm telling you. So for you to drive there first, your wife is
But the REM train is
45
going to run
minutes.
from there too. So who knows? Maybe that'll be fast.
I'm just saying.
The same thing that he's talking
Is the
about.
REM going there?
The REM's also going there, yeah.
I have no idea where the REM is going.
I thought the REM. Okay. I don't know.
No, it extends into the line. I'm not sure. We're not going to talk about that now.
I thought it was going
But-
to De Montagne.
But it has stops in Laval. It doesn't go straight to the Montagne. It's not an express train.
But does De Montagne pass from there?
It passes through Laval. As long as it's in Laval, I mean, you're living in Laval, you can use it.
No.
What were we talking
You're
about?
wrong because I think the REM is going to go towards St. Dorothy.
Look, man, I'll be honest. I don't care.
I think that's where it's going.
That would make more sense because there's no metro on the west side of Laval. So if they're putting it there, that means both sides of Laval now are accessible to the island.
Yeah.
But I never want to be in a commuter situation.
Yeah.
But I was driving around Upper Côte d'Ivoire, the nice part, and I'm seeing all, like, I was on where Chris used to live.
Boreas.
Boreas, yeah. What's that street?
It's right behind.
Near St. Mary's Hospital.
That you call Upper Côte d'Ivoire.
That's Upper Côte d'Ivoire, yeah.
That's just Côte d'Ivoire.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just trying to separate it from where the nice part from the less nice part.
Okay.
Um,
It is nicer.
it is nice.
Back there where he is, yeah.
Especially there. I would love to find a place up there. Like, I'm always looking for, like, old guys putting up signs for sale. I'm like, you sell it? No, okay. So I'm driving around, and I'm like, you buy up here, you're going to pay 1.3, 1.4 for a duplex.
Easy.
But the rents are super high. So you're like, all right, you make it back. I've never seen so many for rent signs in. I've lived in Côte d'Ivoire almost my entire life, less 8 years where I moved away, and I was a few blocks
Well, yeah,
away.
because it's a student city up there.
Yeah.
Nobody can afford the rents.
But yeah, because the student city up
Yeah,
there. So they all
you
left.
have this giant fucking not property, but you have a liability now that you can't rent out. So I'm like, okay, take this off the list of places I can live, which basically leaves me in a Huntsick, hoping for the best. I don't even like a Huntsick that much. Like, I'll live here, but I don't. love
Huntsick's
it.
not bad.
It's okay, but
You're close to everything.
I want to be in like the denser part of the city. Like, I like that. Like, now that I'm back there, I don't know. Especially at night, like, I'll look out the window and there's like random shit happening. I can kind of see Côte d'Ivoire's action. Like, I like the noise. Just I love the city. Huntsick's quiet at night.
Sugar Park X.
I don't like that part of the city where I can also get robbed. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because Côte de Neige, you're safe,
Bro, who's gonna rob me in Côte d'Ivoire? The Filipinos. They're so friendly.
Côte d'Ivoire is worse than Park X.
Not anymore.
Dude, 2 weeks ago, they stabbed the kid in front
Yeah.
of a school and
Yeah,
killed
did
him.
you hear where those kids came from?
No.
Park X.
No, that's
Really?
a lie.
No, I'm just
Phil
making it.
actively lied. He put his live face on. I was like, this is not. And I knew where he was going with it. Too.
I could have said Brassard.
You should have said, bro.
Yeah, they're
Is your
from
hemorrhoid
You
acting up
watch
again?
watch him fucking freak out when you say that.
Yeah?
My what?
Your hemorrhoids acting up again.
I never had hemorrhoids.
Just the way you were like,
Back hurts.
Okay,
Oh,
let's talk about our health situation here in Quebec.
yeah,
ladies and
his
gentlemen.
back hurts, my sinuses hurt. What hurts
I've been to
you?
the hospital many times this week, bro. Especially
Why?
the Jewish.
For your back?
For my mom's back.
Oh, right,
Bro,
yeah.
there's some.
Still, eh?
Bro, we have literally the contrast of some of the most super competent doctors and some of the most incompetent employees. I was like, how the we're just this
coasting
is
along.
fucking. I like if you gave me the choice to pay taxes because I'm paying X person's salary, I'd be like, fuck that, I'm not paying that. Are you
Have they
crazy?
given her a
Who the
solution?
fuck hired this? No. Who hired? Like, bro,
Why
there's
don't you
so many
switch,
incompetent people.
Why don't you switch gears? Like, fuck the hospital. Speak to someone like a physiotherapist or one
Yeah,
of these.
we're going to physiotherapist.
Or even a chiropractor. I don't know. I don't trust them.
Anyway,
so
don't
much.
worry about that. I'm taking care of
I
that.
never,
All I'm saying
I never
is,
trust them either, but they're the best now. I
Yeah.
live by Caros.
all I'm saying is,
that?
there's so much what's the matter?
No one else hears that? Am I losing my mind? Oh. Sounded like a bee crying.
Oh, maybe it's drilling.
It's really-
Somebody,
yeah.
no, somebody's sawing something.
Yes.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
dude, some of the most like I can't believe dude at a hospital there should be some kind of standards when you're hiring people. None.
You're talking about the functionaires now, right?
The
Like
what?
the desk people.
The employees.
Yeah, they're fucking stupid, man. I
It's
worked
not
with them
all, but a lot.
Do you know what our
are-
training was?
Yeah.
Because I did that job, right? Our training was sometimes you're going to get really sick people, marginalized people, refugees, people who are very scared. Tell them take a number. That was our training. That was our fucking training. They're like, just don't let anyone yell at you. There was no compassion, no like on the job, nothing. They were just like fucking.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Intake
very,
that
very,
bitch.
very bad.
It's bad. I was depressed when I was there. Honestly, the things I saw, like the smartest thing I ever did was walk out of there.
All right, guys. So yesterday, the health minister, since we're talking about health,
All right.
health minister came out to give us a little update because things apparently are getting better. We have plateaued, it appears, in terms of the COVID cases.
I thought you were saying in terms of potential.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
And so they're announcing that as of November 15th, they are removing the obligation for high school students to be wearing a mask in class.
How's that work?
They take out the mask and they don't wear it in class.
Thank you, George. That was,
It really wasn't that complicated, Phil.
Yeah. Look, I'm not saying that things are making sense, guys. I'm just saying what was announced, all right? Full capacity to the restaurants, the Congress rooms. They can now allow dancing.
Yes, footloose, man.
Yeah.
We did it.
Footloose.
Standing, yeah, exactly.
Footloose.
And the big news, for some reason,
Is that a giant goose?
from all
that the lyric?
from all the
think
things
so.
that were announced, the one thing that keeps coming back to all the headlines is that they're allowing for karaoke to start up again. So there you have it, karaoke.
Back in the city.
Yeah, people can go sing again.
Yo, let's hit up Pang Pang tonight.
Pang Pang karaoke.
Oh, that's the karaoke place.
Yeah, the one on Mackay there. Is it on Mackay? Anyways, whatever.
I can't remember. There was one good karaoke place on what was that street?
Bishop
No,
in the South Shore?
On Crescent.
On Crescent.
That burned down, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
Was it Vocals?
Was someone who's so good they fucking lit the place on
It
fire?
was Vocals. I think it was called Vocals.
Never heard of it.
Fucking amazing. Anyway.
Me neither. We're not.
Oh, was it around the 70s?
Yeah, it was in the 70s. Yeah.
When George had the afro and the bell-bottom pants.
So there you have it. The vaccination is going good, and the other thing with respect to vaccination is that now the CDC approved the vaccination for the 5 to 11-year-old population, which
Shocking.
means that
I like that they already approved. They proved something they had already
it
bought
had
before
it
was
had
done.
already been approved by the FDA. Now the CDC approved it, so I'm guessing that it's maybe we're about a week away, maybe 2 weeks away
Yeah, I feel like
from it coming to Canada.
I'm just gonna kick the can down the road. I'm gonna drag my heels because there's nothing really I can do
You know,
individually.
Yeah. Here's what happens.
Uh-oh.
We've been getting emails that there's cases now. Look, for all this time, my daughter's school has managed it nearly to perfection. There hasn't been any fucking cases. It was amazing.
They didn't manage shit. They were just luck.
Maybe it was luck, or maybe they knew how to control. I don't know, whatever it was. Maybe, yeah, let's just call it luck. We've been getting emails now that there are 3 classrooms now that they had to just stop. Yeah, because it's like you get apparently I don't follow these things, but you get one case in a classroom, that whole classroom
Needs to quarantine.
So there's 3 now, and we keep getting emails every 2 days, every 3 days. It's been almost a week and a half now, and we're like, fuck. And we're talking about the vaccine now from 5 to 11, and I'm thinking, God damn it, man. You know what I mean? Like the last thing I want is for this to happen in my daughter's class, or even worse, that my daughter gets it, and then I'm thinking, fuck, should we just do the vaccination now if it gets available?
Do you think maybe they're trying to make us submit through attrition? Is that what you're saying? They're just
Yeah,
making
it's a
it
war of
difficult for
attrition
us?
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna fall unless you get vaccinated.
My kid's homesick right now. She doesn't have COVID. Like I don't even need a test to know she doesn't have COVID. She's
No, I know, but
Chris's daughter got her sick because they're always together. Like,
no, but in this
so I mean, it happens. But
But
she
in-
also had her classroom shut down last month, right?
You know what I'm about to buy?
really?
Yeah, 10 days she was home. It was a fucking nightmare.
You know what I'm about to buy? I'm about to buy a couple of boxes of rapid tests.
Why?
I have them around here.
For what? I heard you say
all my
yesterday
guests,
to Viva
all
as a
my
joke.
guests will be tested rapidly.
Is it effective though? Is it?
It is
It's
effective,
rapid.
Yeah, in terms of testing, it's effective. But why do you want to do that?
To test everyone?
What do you care? We're
Rapidly.
but why? Why do you want to do it? I'm just asking.
Well, because you're coming to the studio, you're going to do a podcast with me, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I have 2 podcasts a day. If you infect me and then I infect the next guest, then I am
an
an
asshole.
infector. So far, I have infected
No, it's
0
not a
people.
bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
It's not
a bad
It's
idea. How much pay for those?
It's the responsible thing.
I don't know. I'm
to
going to find out. Get
You
Jewish
can buy
pricing.
them from. Where'd you buy them from? Like just online somewhere?
I didn't get them yet. I'm going to get them. I'm
China.
Because there's a place that you can buy the kits from.
Yeah.
I'll show you so you can compare the price. so
Like
you
a
can get rid of stock.
physical, I could go in and get them.
It's the same place that you can get tested for travel. It's right here on the carry.
the laboratory place?
Not the lab, or not Dexter's lab. No.
Because I fucked that place. They're overpriced.
Which one are you talking about? CDL.
CDL, yeah.
No, not CDL. No. CDL is overpriced.
We went
Yeah.
to CDL.
Yeah, me too. I went twice.
I went.
I
on
did
the carry, it's called,
antigen testing
Rapid
and-
to go or Go Test Rapid, something like that.
Oh,
Very
really?
nice people,
How much?
I think it's for the kit or to do it.
No, the kit.
The kit, I don't know what it costs. I'll show you on their website. But the kit was the test was $75, and my insurance covered it, which surprised me. Like really surprised me.
So the other thing with respect to what the health minister announced is that working from home right now won't be imposed. So,
was it ever imposed by the government, or was it like a suggestion?
No, I think it was. They said that if you could do it, you know.
Yeah, that
so-
seems like a strongly worded suggestion.
Oh, yeah,
It
so-
wasn't
that
the
was
law.
that was how we used to think in high school. If you could do it, bro.
Just do it.
Yeah. So look,
When in doubt, whip it out.
I hope that we're in the last stretch of what appears.
Yes, rapid tests.
to
Back to
be-
the rapid tests. I will be getting rapid tests.
Do we need to be rapid tested every time we're in a room with you?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is more for my podcast guests. I want them
So
to feel safe.
it's a no swap.
I don't know how it works. I thought it was anal, but that might be easier. That might
It's
be way
the
easier.
rapid tests are basically the same applicator Q-tip.
You
whatever
walk
it's
in the
called.
studio. Hey, what's this curtain here for?
It's like a reverse glory hole. Just put your ass between the curtain. No, it's the same like Q-tip thing, but it doesn't go all the way back here to the membrane. You just lightly swab the inside of both nostrils. You put it in. You shake it up.
Poseidon's gonna be a fucking nurse.
You
bro.
basically put the lime in the coconut. You shake
Yeah.
it all up.
Come here, bro. Give me
Really?
your
Really,
nose.
George?
Sorry, bro. You tested positive for AIDS. That's the kind of shit Poseidon would do. Yeah.
Oh man. So basically, if you need a free rapid test, convince him to have you on as a guest. Basically, are you charging guests?
No, I'm not gonna charge
just kidding.
guests. But yeah, I'll pay for it. I'll buy some.
I'm
rapid tests.
surprised that you're rapid testing people. Did someone bring it up to you, or just an idea?
It's such a cool idea.
Is it cool?
Yeah, what's wrong with
How
you?
is it cool?
You don't want to. You hate everyone. I just
No.
globally.
What? No, I'm operating under the assumption that we're all vaccinated and we're fine.
That's not how that works.
Hey, it works for me, okay?
No, the vaccine does nothing. The vaccine is going to reduce your symptoms.
Okay.
It doesn't
That's true.
change anything about the viral load you could carry. It doesn't change anything about you spreading it. Nothing. This has been proven now. It has come out. Nothing. The shit we've been saying for a year that they said was conspiracy theory is now fact. Watch my latest episode with Vivo Fry. So, since that's the case, I want to know what's going on, man. I don't want to be that asshole that
I
killed
heard
someone.
you say it as Vivo was leaving when I went to the washroom yesterday. I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck? In my head, I was like, what are they talking about? But
Rapid test.
now I understand what you were talking
It's
about.
for testing, but rapidly.
I got you. I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
You know what the thing is, man?
We should do a photo shoot of Poseidon, and advertise that if you're a guest on the show, you get rapid test. And he's like wearing a sexy nurse outfit. Remember the Blink-182 nurse? The latex
Yeah.
nurse? That's what he should
That's
do.
you.
We should recreate that
That's
album
so
cover.
cute, yeah.
So cute, he says. You have their different definition.
I
of cute.
find it funny that you're implementing this now. At let's hope. What is
the 11th hour.
the end of the wave. Where like
It
everything.
does feel like we're at the end of something. I'll be honest. Like just even though the language the government is using now, the fact that I was able to go to my doctor's office, casually walk in, no PCR required, and I was seen, I was like, "Do you care if I have COVID?" He's like, I don't care if you have COVID. If you're vaccinated, just
I'm
don't.
not even scared of COVID. I just think it's
You just think it's fun to poke people.
it is fun to have rapid tests around so you could test people.
How many
but
are you gonna
rapidly?
get though? But rapidly, yeah.
I'm gonna get a box a couple hundred. I don't know how the fuck.
If you do shipping, do rapid shipping though, because otherwise it defeats the purpose.
Yeah,
Like, have it-
all
pay
must be done
extra.
rapidly.
Has to be prime.
I just think it's amazing to be like, yo, this fucking guy. They really take this podcast thing seriously. I walk in, I get tested.
I'll never forget the time he took someone's temperature.
It's okay.
Who took someone's temperature?
It's a long story. We're not gonna
We'll
talk about
talk about
it
it offline.
Yeah.
No. I what I find
He remembers.
what I find funny is
Yeah.
that you're implementing this now towards the end, rather than a couple months ago when you started coming back to the studio.
But there were not a lot of cases when we started.
There were not a
coming
lot of
back to
cases
the
when-
studio. It was pretty. It was summer. It was.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine.
But now I have a feeling because people
Also,
have
everything's capacity again. He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna test everyone now because
Yeah.
it's rapid now.
it's rapid.
It's rapid.
I didn't have time back then to wait 3 days. Now
The
we
rapid
can wait.
tests were always rapid, by the way.
We could wait. How rapid?
Same rapidity.
Same rapidity. Well, I am a pioneer. You see any other podcasts around
the
this
rapidity
hood
was the
doing
same. The
that?
accessibility
No.
was different.
You see any other podcasts doing this
No.
around here? No, it's just here.
Number one.
Number
All
one.
it takes is
Trailblazer.
All it takes is 15 minutes.
We're also going to
Not
start
even.
instituting IQ tests. Some of the guests.
Why don't we start doing strep tests just to be
You're
safe?
gonna lose your producer.
You want to do?
Fuck yourself,
Okay,
George.
you're qualified to be a guest. We have an issue. What?
Poseidon
The producer
failed the
failed the
IQ
test. He can't be here.
You actually got a negative score. Negative score. You should do rapid PCR strep test too. Also rapid. And hey, do you have strep throat? Who knows? Here.
Oh, we could do that?
Of course.
You're going to come here. We're going to test you for everything.
Full checkup.
Then you gotta
Yeah.
do like a fucking physical. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Prostate checkups.
Bro, if we're doing prostate exams, I want to be a guest.
Yeah, you've been having problems getting it up, really? All right, we'll check.
What? I'm due for a prostate exam. No worries at 40.
The thing
When's
is
it start?
about these prostate exams.
Yeah, let me get a prostate exam.
So,
But for the
Have you ever had a
record,
prostate exam?
you're the first guy that is not openly gay that said that. Like, yay, I can't wait. It's like-
Obviously.
normally people dread it.
Which
Look.
questions the whole openly gay thing? I don't know. Maybe
No, no.
somebody-
We have buddies
Guys,
who are
I
not
have
openly
fucking-
gay and they love butt stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
One of his co-hosts is like super big into butt stuff.
Yeah.
you just exposed.
he only has one co-host. I do find it odd, though. I have to admit.
one of the one co-hosts.
I think technically has two co-hosts.
No, I mean, I was
Yeah,
gonna say, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's weird that you're talking about yourself in the third person like that.
No, he has two co-hosts. Yeah.
Oh, the other co-host
Yeah.
is into butt stuff. So okay.
No, he has two co-hosts on his show, and
In bed with
Which
Poseidon.
show? I mean, not
In
not
Bed with
who,
Poseidon.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like Pantelis live. I'm like, it's weird that he's talking about himself in the third
oh
person.
no, I would have said.
Well,
I don't like people getting anywhere near my ass.
Really?
Yeah, no, get the fuck away from my ass.
The only reason I'm not against
I was gonna
prostate
make a
exams
joke,
is
but-
because I'm super anxious. So if they can find something quick, I want to know. If it means I gotta take a finger in the ass, then fucking by golly, let's do it.
By golly,
By golly, let's do it. You
By golly!
know why I said that? Because look what's on my screen. Oh, I disappeared. This was on my screen. So all of a sudden, I channeled old school radio vibes.
That's cute.
By golly, it's
So yeah.
Terry
So anyways, butt stuff. You into that
butt
shit?
stuff. No, not really.
Never been into that shit.
No, I don't think so.
Stay away from
I've
my
never
ass.
really experimented with my ass, so I don't know. But if the doctor needs to check me to make sure I'm okay, then yes,
I'll ask
I'm okay
questions
with
though. I'll be like, "You sure you need to be there, bro? What's going on with this?
I'll
Is
learn-
this more of a choice thing?"
I remember having.
But I mean, with all the technology nowadays, can't they check without sticking a finger up your ass?
They put
I mean,
cameras
but they'd
up
have
there.
to scan you. It's way more
It
expensive.
depends what doctor you go to, bro.
Yeah, you go
You
to
go to an
Greek-
Indian one, or there's a GoPro, you're fucked, bro.
Nicely done.
or you're getting tested and somehow the guy's also massaging you. You're like, what?
Yeah, he's up your ass, he's massaging you.
If both your hands are up here,
Yeah, what the
what
hell?
is that? Bro, my dick is in POV mode.
But you never really feel it.
POV mode.
Too far.
Oh my
It
God.
fell
Fuck
apart.
you,
there wasn't
bro.
enough there. There wasn't enough steam.
Oh,
Yeah, he goes,
God.
we're turning on stabilize.
Oh, yeah, he has three co-hosts technically on his shows. His co-hosts. He has Guido on one show,
Oh, Guido, I
and
forgot
Alex
about
and Vera
Guido.
on another. So technically, he has three.
I was just thinking of Alex the whole time for some reason. I'm like, Alex for sure is into
He's,
kinky
he's
shit.
an educated guest.
Yeah. He just seems like a kinky dude. He's got the long hair.
All right, let's move on.
Good for
man.
you,
Getting
Alex.
into
More power to you.
people's private fucking affairs. Question for you guys: Did you did you guys vote in the advanced polls?
My mom asked me to go with her because it was literally next door, and I was like, "Fuck that, I'm not
I,
going."
I
So
can't
no.
say this publicly because it's too famous. The person, but you have to read it.
Can I?
No, after the
okay,
show because you
okay.
blab too much.
Excuse me.
You blab too
I do
much.
not.
Come on, man. There we go.
He says that about me often, but he never tells me what's privileged information. So how am I supposed to know? Let's all awkwardly wait here while Poseidon reads at a third grade level.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
it's kind of funny.
Okay.
All right.
Care to share with the class? No. What were you saying, George? No, I didn't vote in the advanced polls. Did you? I doubt it. So
No,
don't
I didn't.
know.
I didn't.
Advanced polls, no, nobody.
Can I
should've.
vote via online stuff?
No,
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
because it was in the Gazette the other day where it's.
Wait till we vote in the metaverse. That'll be fucking trippy. Can you imagine?
That's gonna happen.
I know. I'm just saying it's fucking trippy. You have a point? You have a point?
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
I'm,
I
I'm,
jumped
thinking,
in.
I'm thinking about that whole thing there.
George is terrified of the future. It's amazing.
It's not that I'm terrified. It's just that it's like it's
No,
fucked up because
you know
we're
what it is?
so used to a
Think-
completely
put your-
different reality.
Put yourself in your dad's position, right?
Yeah.
Imagine what our world must be like for your father.
Yeah.
It must be a terrifying. Maybe not now. He's maybe become accustomed a little
For
bit.
his, what do you mean? Because he's his dad.
No, because he's older.
Okay,
Like, think
the
about
way
the-
you said it's like imagine someone knowing you're his son.
That's a different issue.
Wait, you're saying George's dad is afraid of what?
I'm saying George's
No.
dad is older because he's older than my dad. So for my dad,
The way
it's a
I
little
know
different.
George's dad, he's not scared of anything. Like,
Well, you know what I was about to
That's
say? I was
true.
about to say old
Your dad
Greeks
is
aren't
an
afraid
OG.
of shit.
yeah, he's not.
Bro,
He's
at the
one of
peak-
those guys.
at
No,
the
no, no.
peak,
What
he's
he's trying to say is
terrified.
that he doesn't understand
Think
it.
about
It's
it.
like
One
it's
day,
foreign to them.
you're 50 years old. I mean, this is a few years ago, right? Like, how old's your dad now? In his 70s?
72.
Okay, so you're 50 years old, and suddenly the world you know is gone. Everything's online all of a sudden. You don't really know how to use the computer. You understand basics like stabilized and stuff like that. Film is gone, and you don't know how to take a picture. Your phone isn't plugged into anything. That's how it's going to be for us one day, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're still young enough, and not George. Because George, like, he sends me weird questions like, is this MacBook good for all things I need? Like, he just asks vague portmanteau questions. What camera best for make things? Like, so George is the older guy here, even though he's not much older than us. But he's not as tech savvy, right? I would say. You
Yeah.
agree? You
Yeah,
agree with that
agree,
statement? I'm glad you do.
Yeah.
At least you're self-aware. So, me and you, for example, like the metaverse makes sense to us. Like it still touches on stuff that I completely understand. You worked in VR. I mean, I still dabble in it because of like clients. So like I'm still on the bleeding edge of what's technologically possible. I've known the metaverse was coming.
You can never live in VR. You can never adopt that technology.
Why?
You're gonna be falling off balconies and shit, bro. It's gonna be chaos. With
Why?
You. What do you mean why?
What do you mean? Because I ran into a wall?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't fucking calibrated?
Yeah.
Because an idiot was in charge of it? Is that why?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'd probably, I would do really well in VR.
Yeah, but you know what?
Because all the ailments of my physical being would not come with me.
The ailments.
I have hair, bro, in VR.
Yeah, but-
My avatar would be like fucking John Stamos.
you should have sensed the wall.
Look, just for the record, anyone who has seen that video of me going almost through the wall, in the VR world that I could see, the wall was like 6 feet away. The grid was there. I could see it.
Jesus Christ.
The whole thing shifted at some point. And earlier in the day, it wasn't there. Like the whole game shifted in the. Anyways, it really wasn't my fault. I was pretty pissed.
Oh no,
about
I
it.
know. I'm just busting your balls.
I have never even worn VR. Like
I have a quest here. I can turn it on for you. if you
Yeah,
wanna just
I'll-
experience it.
I'd love
It's
to-
not connected to
Oh, I
anything. So
wanna
you're just
try
gonna
that.
see the Guardian. The
I don't even know what it looks like. I don't know what even what it feels like.
I mean, I'll see if it's powered up. On
Yeah.
it.
It doesn't feel like anything.
I'm just curious to see like what the fuck
Look,
is like.
the,
What do you
the game
see?
that
Like?
I'm working on, like the video for the game that I'm working on, it's a fun game. It's laser tag. It's basically bing, 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 and you're running around. It's
Right,
fun.
right.
But the technology is not like you can run into each other still. Like it's not that precise. It can kind of it's we're not there yet. We're getting there. What were we talking about?
I like yes.
Early voting, I think.
Early voting.
Early voting, and if you can
everything
vote
right?
in the metaverse.
You all right?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom in a bit, but
Oh, okay.
I'm purchasing my. I'm gonna purchase my antigen.
Don't you want to
test.
compare the pricing? Maybe it's
Well,
better.
show me.
I'll show you. Yeah. I'll check right now.
Go on. I'm hearing about the voting.
Yeah, no, because I'm reading an article where they're saying that for a first time in a long time, advance voting in Montreal was really high compared to previous elections. Like we're talking about almost a little over double.
Yeah, most people
what
are high.
it usually. So I'm not sure exactly what effect that's going to have on the final vote. Normally, when advance polling goes well, it's an indicator that on election day you're gonna hit you're gonna hit
Record
good
numbers,
numbers. Maybe
yeah.
not record numbers, but good numbers. So I'm curious to see what's gonna happen this weekend. And but again, I don't know who the advanced poll is benefiting. If it benefits Valerie Plante or if it benefits the other.
What is a PCR Hawaii test?
What the fuck?
Like, is
That
like
sounds low budget.
does it come with like
We have this at
pineapple?
Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know who the advanced poll benefits in this case. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Very curious.
Oh, this is cheaper.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so I was just curious to see.
I mean, I probably should have because the real voting station the day of isn't. Okay, guys, honest, just to give you an understanding, from here to my office door, which is what? How many feet is that from here?
87.
20. Let's say 20 feet away. That's how close the polling station is to my front door. It's literally, I can jump the fence and go and vote. And I was like, fuck that, I'm not voting because I was doing something and I was lazy. Now it's going to be far. I should have just gone. I understand people are, it's smart. Like, instead of waiting in line, you just go if you want to do it. I would prefer to be able to vote online, though. I said that to my mother. She goes, it's literally next door. What's wrong with you? I was
She's
she
not
makes-
wrong,
she
but
makes a good
you are
point.
not wrong either.
We're both right. Right.
You
We're
could be
both
on your
wrong.
phone. You could be texting, driving, and voting. It's amazing.
I was editing a project for a client. I would have loved to just stop.
I don't even vote in Montreal. But here's the funny
It's
thing
true
that
'cause we
happened.
live in Brossard.
My doorbell rings about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, whatever. So they're doing door to door. Very rarely do they come, but whatever. I open the door, whatever. It's this two older gentlemen, whatever. They're telling me this and that, blah blah. The guy gives me his
Have
paper.
you heard the good word, sir?
So he's giving his paper. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he tells me, do you know anything about
The show?
do you know anything about politics and this and that? I go, yeah, this and that. So I tell him a little bit about my past. Doesn't the guy go to me, do you know so and so? And I was like, of course we're not gonna say names.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yeah, of course I do.
No, I just mean, is it a public figure or?
This was a staffer that completely fucked me over during my
okay.
and it's her dad. So I don't know how the fuck I kept my composure. The guy's like, do you know this person? I'm like, oh yeah, of course I do. And I was like seconds away from saying, oh fuck this person. He's like, well, it's my daughter. And I'm like, oh yeah, great, yeah, good kid. good kid. I'm like, yeah, she's great, yeah, of course I know her, yeah, this and that, whatever. And I'm like, oh, interesting, okay. And he goes, okay, so we're expecting your support. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you expect it.
It went straight to the fucking garbage.
No kidding. Honestly, like this idea of campaigning door to door, the way it used to be when like everything was smaller. No, it's a fucking machine. We're all just cogs in the machine. You're just a functionary. Do your thing. And like, who's running in my? I think it's Lionel Perez.
Oh, you have that group, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't even know all their fucking names. And Sue Montgomery. No, Dimitra's not, because Cotenez just carved up in like a weird.
Yeah, she's with Lionel.
What?
She's with Lionel.
No, on my posters where I am, it's Lionel and Stephanie Villanueva, or a Filipino girl.
Oh, okay.
So like Cotenez.
Oh, you don't have Sunny Moroz, no?
No, that's a few blocks up. It's that because NDG and Cotenez, it's literally the way the writings on every level, it just like diagonally cuts across. It's very strange. So like I don't really care to vote. I also don't plan to live there that long. So I'll vote in my next writing.
I'm curious to know if...
I just don't care. That's what it is, George.
How does it work? This is one thing I always wondered municipally and I never found out. But if you own property, let's say like in my case, I live in Brossard, but I own property in Montreal.
Do you still?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Can I transfer my vote to Montreal because I'm a homeowner on the island?
We had this conversation a few months ago, remember?
No.
I wasn't sure then and I'm still not sure now. Like I've never looked into it.
I have a feeling that you could.
I know that in the center of London... Random segue.
Yeah.
There's London City.
Yeah.
And there, most of the residents and the voters are corporations. And they're mostly banks. Yeah, random little
kind of like downtown.
It's its own city with different tax laws.
Okay, okay.
No, this is its own city.
And it's just corporate.
Mostly, yeah, like 90% or something.
Because it's a downtown core of London.
It's basically a tiny little tax shelter for banks.
What's it called?
London City.
London City.
Yeah. The municipality of London City.
Okay.
I don't know much more about it.
I want to see this.
I saw it on maybe a TikTok or a video of some kind. And then I looked into it a bit. I was like, oh, this is interesting. And it's existed for a really long time.
Yeah. So, yeah, for this, the homeowner thing there and the transfer of vote, I had heard something about this years ago. I don't remember if I had looked into it or not. I have a feeling that you could. I have a feeling that if you are a homeowner...
I feel like maybe you can. I just don't know how. I'm just looking at the chat, see if anyone jumped in to correct us. I think you can vote in both cities for municipal elections because I had people's...
No, I don't think you can vote twice. I think you have to choose where to vote, and you just vote once.
I mean, if it's two different municipalities completely, like, why wouldn't you vote twice? If you live in Brossard and you own property in Montreal, you should be able to vote in both places.
Maybe.
You're affected by both. It's not like you're doubling up your vote.
I feel like I should know this, and I
feel like it's something you should know also.
Yeah.
What time is it, by the way? Oh, we're okay. Is there anything else you want to bring from your list before we wrap it on up?
No.
Yeah?
I'm done. Poseidon?
All right.
Just cut the black. Don't even do anything.
Hey, don't tell me.
Tell me when the music is in. I don't have headphones. There it is. Well, everyone, there's that little ditty. That means we've come to the end of our show. Pantelis had to step out to take care of something. So I will see you off today the best that I can.
He had a prostate exam.
Did you say cross-trade exam?
No, he had a prostate exam.
He had a prostate exam.
Teeth. Not on him to be done. He had to go do it.
Tanger teeth's fucked up today, man.
Yeah. He's out there doing Tanger shit, bro, with his Tanger stripes. George Chanzrizos, host, or maybe it should be George Chanzrizos, host of two podcasts. Some would say hit podcasts. I would not. I would say fucking stellarly excellent podcasts, George. That's what I would say. One is the Backstage podcast, as you can see right here. Backstage podcast, George talks to people who are backstage in the political sphere of things. He's on the hiatus right now because he's working on other things, like a series on YouTube, but I won't say any more about that because we're not sure where the money is.
It's there.
Okay, good. And also Just As Dads, where George gets together with other dads and they talk about dad-related things, where it's like raising kids, hitting kids, making sure no one sees the mark, sending them to school and not getting caught. Moms also listen to the show because they gotta know what kind of shit these fuckers are talking about. Our producer, the Poseidon69, Chupapi himself, sitting there looking ridiculous as fuck, but he looks good. He wears it well. You can check him out on every social media platform that ever existed, except for that old one, the MySpace, the Poseidon69. My name is Phil Balabanos, balabanos.com. If you guys need videos, reach out. If you want to make something cool, talk to me. You can go see my work, see my old stuff. I will try to bring Phil my whole back at the end of this month, maybe. I'm not promising, but I've been busy. And that's about it. I'll do what Pantelis always does right before we go. Let me just set up here. Go fuck yourselves.